I always love the ones where it's just like conversational like that, where you just kind of just sit and just chat. You know?
Most of the good podcasts that I've done. Most of the good ones I've done, it's been just a flowing conversation. And I mean, for me, I always say, come in with your questions that you have for me and I'll answer them.
Yeah.
But then if we're vibing, I'll just talk your ear off. And I tell people, I don't come at this thing with no rush. I'm not in a hurry. Unlike what I'm doing on Wednesdays, I don't have anybody that's after me. I mean, you may have another interview after this. I don't know, but I don't have anything after this. And so,
I'm hanging. No, I do, but it's later. I stagger them out. Like,
I get it.
Within
Who
like
you got after?
a few hours. Matt Rivas.
Oh, I love him. He's so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
He's growing. I've watched him grow, and he's been really, really fun to watch get better. It's really interesting now because I'm at this spot, Tiniest. I've done that almost 6, maybe going on 7 years. And so many people have come through there and gone on to do great things. And that's fun to see, but it's also fun for me just to see people that are still continually coming, but they're getting better. And I remember I watched him, one of the first critiques I had of him, which I try not to critique everybody, but certain things I have to. I was like, hey, not enunciate, project. We used to have a thing at the mic, which we still technically do, but we rarely run it late anymore. Where after 10 o'clock, we'd have to turn the mic off, and you just have to do a cappella. And so you'd have to go up there and you'd have to perform. You could hold the mic if you wanted to, but it wasn't amped anymore because we had to turn off the sound. And so a lot of guys...
I remember that, actually.
Yeah. And so
it was like 10 o'clock, right?
10 o'clock. And so a lot of guys like myself, I'd see it and I'd go up and I'd do some time just to get people comfortable with hearing the voice and saying, hey, guys, this is how you do it. I'm telling a few jokes with no freaking, amplification. And so I remember Matt was one of the few that even with the damn mic, you sometimes still couldn't hear him. And I'm like, dude, you got to project. And I said, you have to be proud of what you're saying. Whatever it is that you're saying, this is comedy. You have to be proud of it. The audience doesn't know what you're finna say. They don't know that you're not sure about it, but you have to show them that you're sure about it. And a big way to show that you're sure about something is to fully project the thing you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm Courtney. No, I'm Courtney. How are you doing?
Yeah.
My name is Symply Courtney. My name is Symply Courtney. You pronounce it, you enunciate it, you project it, and all of a sudden that makes you perk up. And so watching him go from somebody that I had to constantly remind, hey man, come on, put the mic closer, talk louder. So now he's somebody that he can project and he's confident. He's kind of, a little boisterous. And I love it because he's coming into his own. And it was really fun to be a part of that.
Yeah, man.
Giving him one of his first longer sets. There was a show where we got paid in pizza in South Austin. And I know. I was like, dude, comics, come eat. Like, I know y'all,
great.
Y'all like, man, this is far south. I said, yeah, but you're getting paid. You're going to make some pizza money tonight,
Yeah.
And so I remember I had him close out one of my shows. And I said, dude, just do it. Just do it as long as you want. And he went up there and he really hung out there. And I was like, that's what's up. And that's the type of stuff that I do a lot of times and I forget. And one of you pointed out to me, says, you gave me one of my first longer sets. And I was like, I appreciate hearing that because I need to be reminded of time in this passage as well.
Yeah.
So good on that, man. That's going to be a fun interview for you.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait. No, he's good. I've been asking him to do it for a while, so I'm glad.
Well, it works out.
That he's doing it.
Everything in its time, man.
Yeah, man. Because you with the whole power, like cutting the power off and everything. That was very intimidating for me. Like a while ago. Yeah. For kind of the same reason because it's like it seems like if you're playing music, like you almost hide behind the guitar.
Correct.
And the same thing with comedy, like you're almost hiding behind the mic.
You hide behind the mic. It's real.
And then when there's no mic, it's like now it's just all you, buddy.
It's all you, baby. All of that is you. You can't blame the microphone sorted out or the wire got tangled around me or the microphone stand, this and that, or blah, blah, blah. It's literally just you. It's your naked voice. And that's one of the things that a lot of musicians have told me about what's intimidating about stand-up comedy is there's nothing except you. At some point, you can stop talking. You can just play the instrument, you know?
Yeah.
At some point, or you don't have to even talk. There's some people, they don't talk at all. Like I've given some guys a mic and they didn't use it at all for weeks. And I was like, why am I going through the trouble of micing this guy up when all he wants to do is be plugged into the amp? He doesn't want to talk, you know?
Right.
But everybody's different. And for me, that's one of the reasons why I appreciate this art form and this discipline so much as stand-up comedy is because it's something that terrifies the living shit out of a lot of us.
Yeah.
To speak and then put your thoughts out there and to regularly do it and to sometimes be cited for it where people are like, ugh, I didn't like that, or that was stupid, you're dumb, or I'm judging you now based off what you said. That's terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Like for me, I think that was one of the scarier processes. I was like, I remember a coworker when I was talking about, you know, I think I'm going to try comedy because I went through the whole, somebody told me I was funny. You know, you should go try to do comedy. And I was like, yeah, I think I will try it. And I think around the office, I would try to like say little jokes or something. And she was like, maybe people aren't going to get your comedy or understand your comedy or something. Maybe won't understand. I was thinking to myself, oh, fuck, I don't think I want to do this, you know? Because I was like, what if I'm like, at the time, I didn't have the terminology, but I was like, what if I'm so nuanced or I'm so niche that like I'm not understandable by the masses? You know, I'm up here trying to tell jokes and people aren't getting it. I'm telling a joke. And I was like, you'll learn over time how to do that.
Yeah.
But in that moment, it scared me. It was daunting. It was like, I was somebody that felt that people didn't respect me. They didn't appreciate my opinion. They didn't respect my intellect. And so I was like, oh man, I don't think I'm going to get into something where I have to get people to respect me because they're not going to respect me. I'm this big, dumb, jock looking dude, you know? And comedy built that for me. It gave me that pride. It gave me that sense of purpose, that sense of importance. It gave me that sense of, I think, pride and respect in myself that I could show people I'm more than just a big dude. I'm actually a guy that has thoughts about things, has experiences, has observations, has theories, you know? And to be able to be in a spot where I can regularly do that, that's the most freeing feeling I've had. And I played football, worked with kids, did, you know, a handful of other jobs. And I felt like this was the only time I ever felt like I was really being myself. I felt everything else I had to kind of play a role to try to fit in and dial down a few things so I didn't piss people off. In comedy, it's like, this is where you're getting me. You know, my name literally says it. It's a sentence. Symply Courtney. Who are you getting? You're simply getting me. It's just me. You're not getting a whole bunch of other shit. That crazy thing I said, I might go, ha, I thought about that when I was high. I thought about it when I was sober too. Matter of fact, I'm saying it to you right now, sober. I'm not saying it to you high. And I might joke around and say, oh, I'm high. No, I'm dead fucking serious. I really mean that. It's like, oh, you said that you were just tired and stuff. Yeah. I've thought about that for a long time. I'm just now just saying it, you know? And so it's beautiful for me to be able to just be unabashedly myself.
Yeah.
And that's what I love.
Man, yeah. No, I've noticed that your confidence is like, it's
unwavering.
Almost, it's just crazy. It's like, you know, and now you're saying you played football. It's almost like, I could see it in your approach to comedy.
It was there. It was there. As a football player, I was a lunatic.
Yeah.
And I, like the way I'm talking to you now, I did that in the midst of battle.
Really?
Yep. I'd be cracking jokes. I was a lineman. I was a defensive tackle. In high school, I was offensive tackle and defensive tackle, but in college, I was a defensive tackle. And it was nothing out of the ordinary for me to be in the midst of a play. And I'm having a full-blown conversation with the entire other team. Or I'm the guy that I'm in front of. I'm like, yo, man, that ain't gonna work. And I wasn't up there. I'm trying to remember. I wasn't like talking trash per se. I think the fact that I had the audacity to speak is what drove people crazy. You know, I'm trying to remember what are some things I'd say. I'd be like, oh man, I'm trying to remember now. I'm trying to get back into that mindset.
Yeah, right.
It's been so long, dude. It's
trying to get back in the huddle, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to, dude. I like that. I'm trying to get back in the huddle. Whatever it was, it had to be something that I would do like a general observation. Like, let's say I'm playing against a team. Let's say we're getting a crap kicked out of us, right? And I'm like, really, dog? Y'all's going to score 50 damn points? Y'all can't just score 40 and call it a day? Y'all are the worst. You guys are the apps. Oh, really? You're going to run the ball over here? Why you got to, dude, why did you run to the other side? I'm fat and I'm slow. Why would you run over there?
Because you're like disarming them with humor.
Yeah, but that's what I was doing. But it was disarming myself because this is something that's terrifying. At any moment, I could break my neck.
Yeah.
At any moment, my leg could get broken. My ankles could get broken. My ACL could get torn. My spine, I could be paralyzed. And in that moment, instead of me going, I'm going to be quiet and hopefully nobody notices me out here, I was loud. I was bright. I was vibrant. I was exuberant. And I was vicious. I would do things on a football field that I wouldn't do to people in real life. I mean, it's assault. It's attempted murder. But that's what we're doing. That is what we're doing every play. Not just in games, but in practice. There are things that you're doing out there that you have to do to another human being that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. But you got a different jersey on. So I am going to try to concuss you. I know that if I swing my head sideways, I can knock the living daylights out of you in your eardrum, and you won't be temporarily incapacitated. That'll give me a chance to make that play. Or I see that you're not paying attention. I'm going to launch almost 300 plus pounds into your chest and hope you don't get up.
Holy shit.
Or I'm going to run up the field and I'm just going to dive at your legs. And if you see me, you see me. If you don't, you don't. Doesn't matter. If I hear you scream, oh, well, I hope it's something that you can come back in 6 to 8 weeks. That's who I was. And a little bit of me liked it. Like, I can't say that I didn't like it. I liked that. There was a vicious streak. People don't understand in football, to be an offensive lineman, you have to be murderous. There's no way to be a good, effective offensive lineman and take it easy on people. And I mean, I would do things like, I just remember the one. I got it. I remember I had to run behind people because there's a rule. You played football or you understand football, I hope, or?
I understand like watching the game, but I've never played.
That's fine. You're a big guy. Like, maybe you play. Okay. Well, there's a thing where you can't block somebody legally. You can't legally block somebody from behind, past like off the line of scrimmage. Now in the line of scrimmage, they get spent around. You can push down, beat down, whatever you want. But if you're running and the guy that you need to block has their back to you, you can't hit them legally. And so there would be plays in our practices where I would be running behind a guy that I wanted to hit, but his back was to me. And so I would try to run around him. I'd say, turn around. And you'd hear me screaming at the guy, turn around so I can hit you. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
A friend told me that one. He says, dude, you used to run behind me screaming for me to turn around so you could hit me?
Dude, that is crazy.
Yes. And so
can you imagine that?
That's who I was. That's who I was. And that was who I was for a long, long time. And a lot of it was me masking insecurities. A lot of it was me meeting fire with fire. And I felt like I had to become that in order to survive. And with comedy, I can still go to those dark places, but I'm more efficient at expressing them now, where I can talk about being hurt. I can talk about, mental health and things that, make people sleep, not at all, or things that make people want to just stay in their damn houses and not come out. I can talk about all of that. And to be able to talk about it kind of goes back to what we're talking about with people, fully owning their voice. When you whisper, you're like, oh, I'm going to whisper because maybe I'm not sure about this. But if I tell you that I'm in pain, I could whisper that, but if I whisper it, you might not hear it. But if I say it out loud emphatically, you understand that, no, he's not playing around with that. He's legit in pain. Why else would he say it,
Right.
And why would he put it into a microphone? And so for me, comedy has been that. Comedy has been the thing that has kept me alive. Comedy has been the thing that has gave me hope. Comedy has been the thing that's helped me in my worst moments. Comedy has been the thing that's been there for me in my best moments. I celebrated with comedy. I grieved with comedy. I live, eat, breathe, sleep, poop, dance, comedy. And it's what I do best.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You do it incredibly.
Thank you so much.
And what I, like I said, like, when we were talking before, it was just like this big reason why I wanted to get you on here. It's just because it's like there is, and I love what you're saying right now, because there is a massive like vulnerability with comedy to where it becomes this like self-therapeutic thing where you're just like saying like, okay, yeah, I'm fucked up, but let's party. You know what I mean? Let's just do it. And I always found that when I was having uncomfortable moments, I would always mask it with humor.
I get it. Same. Same.
It would just be like, I would just start joking at like the most inappropriate times.
Yep.
And it's like, I'm not trying to be inappropriate.
My brain is doing that though.
I'm just like, this is what I do. And I'm like, I hope I'm not being offensive.
Right.
But, and no, I get it. But I love that you're actually saying that out loud, because
that's what it is. It's saying it out loud. It's taking the thing that we all are thinking, and it's not making an affirmation song, but it kind of is. But it's not just for me. And I learned a long time ago that the things that I was saying weren't just intended for my ears to hear. And that's where comedy kind of came in. It was like, oh man, you're saying something, but we all feel it. But you're the person that is saying it. I don't know if it's because you have the balls to say it, the audacity, the gall, whatever it is. You have something that is making you say this thing that we're all experiencing. And maybe you're just better at putting it to words or something. I don't know. But that was the gift that I got. The gift that I got amongst a bunch of others was the ability to express myself. And not only to express myself, but then to be able to dumb it down and make it to where other people understood it. That was the gift. And that was probably from me working with kids. That's probably a big reason why I worked with kids and I excelled at it, was because I was able to take things that were obscure and go, okay, well, it's kind of like, around about, think of it like, I don't know, you go to like a hotel and they have a door and the windows are there and you have to go in a circle to get out of it. That's like what a roundabout is when you're driving a car. Take something that could be obscure and make it as, relevant and understandable for somebody that has never experienced that. We're talking about football. You're like, I didn't play football, but I described the viciousness that I had to have in order to do that damn job. I'm talking about trying to hurt people. I won't let my son play football because of the things that I did to other people. Wow. Not just because of the injuries that I was worried about him getting, but the things that I did to people. I almost feel like there's karma out there. That's like, oh, we're going to get your son. We couldn't get you.
Oh, shit.
You got cut in college. All right, well, we'll wait a decade or so, and we'll get this other guy that looks like you and is bigger than you. Yeah. And I'm like, man, go play basketball. Go do basketball, dog. I mean, you can still get interested in basketball, but I just, I don't know, man. I don't really see a future in that sport for much longer unless they do a lot of changing, which they've done a lot of changing. But, oh my God, the amount of concussions and then just all these other things that a lot of guys, myself and older, are going to deal with for the rest of our lives. Yeah. I'm like, oh no, why would you wish somebody on that? Like, why? Yeah. I get it though, because you can get a scholarship and you can make a lot of damn money in a short period of time. There are a lot of my friends that are still able to live really good lives because they sacrificed their life and their well-being for a few years. And now they're able to enjoy that stuff, I guess, but having to take a handful of, medicine and all these other things and walk around and limp around. I'm like, I don't know if that's worth it,
Yeah. And the thing, it seems like with all, like from an outsider perspective, what it seems like with all these sports is that something bad has to happen for them to like update it.
Always. And that's why football's gotten the most, I think American football has gotten the most updates, I think, in the last 2 decades because of now people are being vocal about the problems that they're still having. They're not dying. They're staying alive. But now you're seeing heroes wheeled around in wheelchairs when they're like 50, 60 years old. And you're like, well, what happened? I don't know, years of going head first into other human beings that damn near 20 miles per hour got him. Yeah. Or his joints are so messed up because he's running around on this damn AstroTurf that we found out isn't that much better than the damn concrete that is slabbed over. Or he took all these damn supplements or some shit that we don't even understand yet. Right. There's stuff that we don't understand fully because we barely understand ourselves. Yet we got people out here practicing, 5 times a week from the age of 6 all the way up till, 25 years old. That can't be healthy. No. There's no way that could be healthy. Like, just hit this wall. Okay, I don't know what it is, but hit this wall over and over.
That's not brick.
So I know. I was like, hit this wall, and it just goes to just paper. It's a whole room on the other side. There's a guy pooping like, the fuck, Trey? Again?
There's like a whole team of people like, oh shit. Like, what the fuck? We didn't expect him to do that.
It's Vlad. No, this is Truman Show. Oh, God.
Right.
There's a damn Truman Show over there.
Like, guys, run.
Oh, shit, the jig's up. Like, wait, what did y'all think y'all are getting from me?
Right. Why'd you make this room so small?
I know. I know. The room is actually a big fucking room. It turns out that'd be wild.
Oh, dude. That'd be fucking crazy. I would love for this room to be a little bit bigger, but
I like it being small. I don't know why. I think that for me, it makes it real for me. I think just doing so many podcasts and so many radio interviews, I feel like space it's the enemy for me, because I think that to do this, you have to look at the person.
Yeah.
Now, radio is different because they're sitting to the side of me, and I have my co-host that's sitting directly to the front of me, but his back is turned. And so I'm just like in this spot where I'm just not going to stare at people. And I also sometimes know that when I stare at people, people freak out. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not trying to freak you out. I talk direct, and I'm very passionate when I speak.
Yeah.
And so I'm not like, I'm going to kick you, but I look like that. And so after a person figures out who I am, they're like, oh, I can stare at him all day talking. I understand he doesn't mean that towards me. But at the same time, if I'm crossed, then I will mean it directly to you. And I'll be like, yeah, don't play with me. Don't cross me, fool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I try, but no, to be honest, like with the football thing, I don't know. I think that I would much rather express myself this way than hitting people. Like I love just being able to think of something and take it from concept to like production. And maybe people ask, where the hell did that come from? Or maybe people just accept it like that's how his mind works.
Yeah.
I love that. I like explaining stuff too, but I love being able to just go, this is an idea I have. Let's try to do this. With Along for the Vibes, that's all ideas, like
great
ideas. Let's try to do this. Now with Chin, shout out to Chin, who's done this podcast.
Yes, shout out to Chin.
With Chin, I can take an idea and I'll throw it out there, and Chin will be like, okay, give me a second, and figure out how to do that idea.
Yeah.
With T. Austin is my right-hand man. He's figuring his way out. I can take stuff and I can conceptualize it, and then he'll just support me with it. With Jesse, our drummer, Jesse's amazing. He's there. And what I do best is when I'm supported. And that's when you really get to see a whole lot of me going just balls to the wall, goofballs, because I love the fact that I'm not stuck in like, I have to do one thing. Like, oh man, you're a comic, you can only tell jokes. Like, bitch, I want to sing though.
Yeah.
Or you're a singer, you can only be a singer, you can't tell jokes. Well, I want to rap now. Oh, you're a rapper, man, but you're a manly man, you can't cry and be vulnerable. Well, I want to be crying and vulnerable right now. Oh, you can't be crying, or you have to be crying and vulnerable. You can't be jovial. Well, I want to be uplifting. Man, you're always uplifting. You can't have a bad day and be sad, or you can't just say fucking. You know what? Sometimes you got to swing on a motherfucker. You can't say stuff like that, Courtney. Kids are watching. It's like, well, they need to understand the full range of human expression and emotion is not monolithic. It's not one thing.
Right.
There's a whole. There's so much out there.
Right.
And I feel like the way that I live my life, especially for my kids, that they can see you can express yourself in so many ways, and that shit could change.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope other comics and performers see that and they go, Courtney expressed himself. That's what I did. What did he do? He expressed himself.
Yeah.
Happy, sad, bad, goofy, stern, poetically, musically, physically. He expressed himself. And that's what I did best in football is I expressed myself.
Hell yeah. Yeah. No, man. How would you describe Along for the Vibes to like somebody who doesn't know what it is?
I'm still working on the term. I found this Friday. I said, silly friends making silly songs.
Love it.
And I think it's something along the lines of I need to convey that there's instrumentation happening.
Right.
But I want to also convey that it's not expert. It's people that are comics that are doing a side project or a side quest,
and that adds to it.
That's what I want. I want people to understand. I don't want you coming in expecting a perfect concert, I want you to come in and be open to the drummer may drum off beat. The singer may not have the best singing voice. The damn song may not sound quite right, but you get what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But we could go up there and just totally stink it up. And that's part of the fun. That's why improv, that's why comedy works in itself, because shit doesn't go perfectly. You know, you go and try to record a special and the damn boom mic falls out the ceiling. That's funny. That's why comedy works.
Yeah.
If we're doing a damn, I don't know, a news conference about world hunger and the damn boom mic falls and we laugh, some of us are jerks for laughing. But if that shit falls and the context is comedy, that shit's funny.
That's funny.
Both are funny, by the way.
Yeah.
Both are funny. Somebody tripping at a funeral.
Funny about that.
Somebody falling at a funeral is still fucking funny. Somebody falling at a graduation is still funny. Charlie Chaplin falling because that's his act.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny too. All of it's funny.
Oh yeah.
Grandma falling,
really
he's falling, all of it's funny.
Man, I loved I was so happy when you told me that you wanted me to do the show, like when I went to the open mic at Tiniest, because I love the open mic at Tiniest.
Oh yeah, so this is the Tuesday when you went to.
Yeah,
when we had the band and the music and stuff.
Yeah, and then oh man, I remember I was doing my set, and I know there's a few clips on like TikTok out there, but I remember doing my set, and I had more, but I was just like, I just felt like I just want to fucking throw that away and just have some fun with you guys.
Yes.
You know, and then like out came like the sound effects and then like, you know, Chen and, you know, like we were just talking about the sound effects and stuff like that. And it seems like you've just done such a great job with just capturing that, you know. And like, was that something that like you kind of like that you thought of like making happen, or was that something that was just like, or like, was it something that just kind of, it evolved?
It evolved. It was something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I would be remiss if I didn't talk about how it originally started. Shout out to Joshua McCauley. Joshua McCauley is how this whole thing came about. We had a group called R.L. Stein. And
R.L. Stein.
It was
Man,
supposed to be
just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. There you go. We did it right. It was giving you goosebumps. And it was Rhythm and Love, and then also Rhythm and Laughter. We never decided on what the R.L. really stood for. But I always appreciated and I always respected his musicality. That guy plays, God, like damn near 15, 17, 39 instruments. And he can sing. And he's goofy. And he knows music. I am a music person. I was a drummer. I beatbox, rap, and sing and dance. That's what I do. But I tell jokes and I improvise really, really well musically. And I was like, let's just talk about music. Let's just talk about music. And then when you're inspired by something that Black guys do very well, we'll talk about something, and then all of a sudden we'll all start singing the damn song together. And so me and him would do that. And the idea I had was, I want to do that, but I want to have comics in on it. And so if a comic is up there talking and they mention a song, I want us to instantly break into performing that damn song. And so that was the original concept for the show. The original concept for the show was us just talking. It was a podcast. And I didn't really want comics to have to come up there and, tell their jokes, because they're going to get interrupted. But at the same time, I thought it'd be neat if they did tell a joke, that they knew that there was some kind of musical support there. And so at some point, I thought maybe I want all the comics to come up and have a musical bit. Well, every comic's not comfortable dealing with music. So I said, well, I'll let it just naturally happen. And that's where it lived. It just naturally happened to where people would just say something and it would inspire something, and we would just go with it. Then I said, you know what, let's not interrupt. Let's let them do their definite time, and then we'll do music at the end after their song is over, after the set is over with. And so it lives between those two places still. Now in the third version of it, which now it's myself, Chin, Jesse, T. Austin, we're still doing that, but we're ever evolving because everybody's skills are different. But also some people come up and they want to be a part of it. They're like, hey, screw my set. I want to be a part of this music stuff. Yeah. Some people come up and they say, I'm not finna tell no damn jokes. I'm finna sing and whatever. Or some people come up and say, hey, I just want to do my set. And then when I'm done, y'all can make music off of it. And I like to give people those varying levels of experience, because I think the moods change. I think skills change. I think vibes change. There may be a day where I'm in that mood where I just want to do music. I don't want to talk to you. I just want to make music based off what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Or there may be a day where I want to interject and I want to jump in and be like, dude, I love that joke. Can you do that sound effect again? And then that sound effect becomes, that goes for the music that we make afterwards. It's all over the place and it's still forming right now. And I think that that's fun. It sucks because I feel like we've been doing this thing for almost 3 years and I feel like more people should see it and enjoy it. But at the same time, my mantra and my goal is still the same. It's a thing where I want there to be a group of people that like, this is what I want to see. I want the people that want to see that to come. I don't want people to be forced into it. I mean, you get the whole performance thing where we'll be like, yo, man, you need to come to this show. And you like force your friends and family to come to a show. Mm-hmm. I don't want that. I want people to come to the show because they want to come. Now, I love having family and friends support, but ultimately they're supporting me. They're not supporting my art. They're coming to see me. They're coming because they like me. They're not coming because they like the show, the concept. And so I want that room to be filled with people that like the show, the concept. I want people to come in and go, man, I love the fact that that guy could tell a joke and then 2 minutes later, you guys are doing a full-blown song based off something he said. I want those people. I want the people that if we say, everybody get up and start dancing, that they're up dancing. I eventually want that show to be performing in front of people that are standing. Not because I don't want them to sit down and be boring, but because I want them dancing.
You want them to feel the groove and everything.
Yeah, I want them to feel the groove. I want to make that.
Which I thought you did a great job, like when I was there for sure. Because what I really loved and was really impressive, and I know I mentioned this to you before, was that after the set, after anybody's set, everybody's set, I loved how you improv'd. Mm-hmm. Like you just said things from their stuff, and you did it to like a new like rhythm. Yep. And then I think right before me you did like Gangsta's Paradise, but but you did like the person who went before me is like like thing, and then you just but they had the rhythm of Gangsta's Paradise, right. And it was just like I don't know. I was just like, man, this is there's really something.
There's
here.
something going on.
There's something going on.
It is, man.
There's a feeling.
Thank you. It's something that is inexplicable. It's unexplainable. It's weird. Yeah. It's new, but it's nuanced though. It's like you can see where they're going.
And everybody's a character.
Everybody's a character. Everybody. I'm blessed that when we have members that we lose members, we find more members. And when we find more members, they just almost pick up where other people left off, or they bring their own thing to it. They bring their own spark to this. And I couldn't do this by myself. I can to an extent, but not to the level of what we're doing and not to the level of what we're getting ready to do. Because what we're getting ready to do, it's going to be something really, really special. And I've been saying this now for 3 years, but it's because I believe it. Because now, although our numbers have kind of reduced back, now it's more like, I use the term concentrate.
Okay.
Concentrate, like if you have, I don't know, you feel like this amount. This is 23.7 full ounces or fluid ounces, right? 700 milliliters. You put concentrate of orange in there, that's very thick. That's a very, I won't say a viscous, but it's a very thick, pulpy substance, right? But with that, you could probably fill up a damn, I don't know, almost an igloo. Not an igloo that you live in, but one of those like juice sport drink containers. And you can stir that up with some ice, some water, and maybe a little bit of sugar or something like that. And you can make enough drink to probably fill 2 or 3 of those just from the concentrate of this. But the skills that we have, just to kind of bring it full circle, the skills that we have, although they're not the size of that damn igloo or that tub of liquid, we could fill that if we need to. Yeah. We could fill that instantly, easily. You put us in a bigger place. Right now we're in a small place, Cold Town Salon, which is, very small. Might not be much bigger than this space that we're in right now. Yeah. But if you put us in a space that's large, not just tiniest, but I'm telling you put us on a big stage. You put us at Waterloo outside at the amphitheater. We'll make something there. You're gonna jam. I promise you we'll jam.
So is that what you mean by...
Is that the goal?
Like what you got coming? Like some big things coming?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that's exciting.
It's not no game. It's festivals. It's traveling more. It's putting us out there to where it's no longer just Austin's little secret.
Right.
And my thing is, dude, I don't I don't put this type of energy and effort into stuff I don't believe in. That's why I was a decent football player, because I believed in it. I knew that I'd figure a way out. Was I the most physically imposing, dominating person on the field? Nah. Was I the fastest? Nah. Was I the smartest? Nah. But I had a belief in myself that I would figure it out. And I did. More times than not, I figured out how to get around you to the ball carrier. Or I figured out how to get around you to where I needed to go. Or I figured out how to be enough of a nuisance to affect the game.
Right.
My favorite, and this is me just bragging for a second about my football prowess because I don't get a chance to do this often. My favorite play ever in college football, I was playing junior college. We were getting a crap kicked at us by a team in Georgia. This was Georgia Military 2005. I think it was 2005. I'm first out of high school. And I mean, I'm talking about, I got hit so hard during this game, buddy. I saw spots on the sideline.
Wow.
They put me on, because it was a travel game. Travel game, your roster's smaller than, a home game. Yeah. Especially traveling across states. We went by bus. We did a 26-hour bus ride, I think. It was a 26-hour bus ride. We were in a bus for 26 hours.
Jeez, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's insane. But excuse me. Yeah, so, it's in the air like here right now.
Oh, sorry. But go for it.
So you got hit and like you started seeing stars. Like so you and me are like kind of the same height, I think. How tall are you?
6'3".
So 6'3", so I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
So like, dude, how big was this guy?
Little, very small. Those are the ones that get you. The ones that get you aren't the big dudes.
Really?
Big dudes don't hit you that hard. You know why? Because we can't really get a good running start because we're at the line. We're already close. Now, every once in a while, not paying attention or just out of position, you'll see a big guy get a slobber knocker on somebody. But most of the time, our hits, which are still hard, are against other big dudes, and we're up front. The little guys always get hit by little guys. Those hard hits, if you go back and watch them, now sometimes linebackers, and because the way athletes have changed now, you have some big guys that are playing in positions of safety and, dime back or whatever the hell, and they're getting a chance to get a running start. This was a little guy. I was on a kickoff return. No, I was on kickoff cover. So I was on kickoff. When you score a touchdown, you get the kickoff. Or if it's time for the coin toss and, by second half, you're doing that. We didn't score. So we didn't kick off a lot, thank God. Because we didn't score, we didn't do kickoff but maybe one or two times. But the one or two times that I was on it, the one time, wasn't those two times. I got hit one time, never went back out there.
Really?
I was running down the field, and I'm just covering, and obviously the play is over there, but you want to give effort, so you still run. You're like, I'm just running until they hear the whistle. I can go back to the sideline. Man, this little guy came and hit me in the chest so hard. He hit me so hard that I wish I would have fell. I was so mad that I didn't fall because I'm a big dude.
Right.
But he hit me. And he hit me right here. And I remember just, I wanted to pass out because I could have laid down. I would have been more comfortable if I'd have laid down. But I didn't know if I was going to get up. So I was jogging back to the sideline. And I was just like, you good, Big Creighton? My last name's Creighton. You good? No. I took a stand and 8 count. I was like, oh my God, that hurt. Oh God, and everybody got hit. For the record, that game was the most injuries I've ever seen in one team in my life.
Wow.
Everybody got hurt. It was so bad that people were coming over to the other guy. Hey man, can you go cover? I was like, hell no.
On both teams, everybody got
our
hurt?
team. No, their team wasn't getting hurt. Their team was doing fine. They were great. We were getting destroyed. We were getting decimated. But the story is, it's not really that. I just like to bring it up because that's the hardest I've ever been hit in my life. And it absolutely hurt. It hurt. Yeah. But I survived, I guess. Anyway, so I ended up having my best game ever, though. Because in that moment, I realized, I said, dude, we have nothing to lose. We're going to get murdered. Look at the scoreboard. We're getting murdered. We are getting killed. They are doing everything they want with us. But guess what? So I had to ride 26 hours to get here. Ball out. There's a phrase they're using, fuck it, we ball. And that's what I did. I said, fuck it, we ball. And I got out there, and I'm my normal talkative self. I didn't give a shit. Those dudes are way bigger. They're killing us. They're destroying us. And I'm just like talking, and that guy that played in high school came back. All of a sudden, the guy that would talk and run behind people and tell them to turn around so he can hit them, that guy showed up. And I was just like, it's football. And I remember I'm talking about stuff. And at one point, one of the guys on my team said, yo, man, shut up, dude. I was like, for what? We losing. We gonna lose. You think we gonna come back?
Yeah.
What makes you think we gonna come back? Look at that. Look at the score.
Fuck it.
It's 55.
Right.
We got 0. I think they gave us a mercy point. We got 1 point. I still don't know how you get 1 point in football. Safety maybe or something like that. I don't know.
I was just about to ask. I was like, in my limited knowledge.
Right.
Like, how?
It don't matter.
Right.
It's to be 0. And so I went with that energy towards my own team. And I went back out there on the field and I'm like, y'all don't have to score. Y'all do know y'all don't have to score. Y'all can stop. And I'm talking, and now we're laughing. The other team's laughing because, they guards down too.
Yeah.
But we're still competing because we college athletes, And I'll never forget at some point it clicked to my team what I was doing. And they're like, nah, let them keep playing. Let them keep going, And so as I'm talking, now I'm making plays. Now they running the ball, and I'm beating 2 guys, and I'm tackling, but I'm talking the entire time. So I'm talking about me and you. You're trying to block me, and I'm looking at the running back, and I'm reaching over you to grab the running back, and I'm grabbing you and the running back and falling, and I'm tackling 2 people at the same time. And I'm laughing the whole time. And my teammates are now being inspired. They're like, oh shit, Big Creighton, crazy. Like I remember it all kind of like came to a head at the very end. One of their guys makes a big ass run, right? And I'm seeing this run, and my brain, I have moments of genius. And this was definitely a moment of genius. It might have been brought on by getting the shit knocked out of me. I don't know. But I just know that I'm looking at the guy. I have no chance to run this guy down. And I see the big lineman, and I had been talking shit. Now, all of them don't like that. Offensive linemen are some of the nastiest creatures out there. And they are always going to try to get what I call their lick back. So one of the guys that I made a play against, made a tackle on, he hates my guts. And I knew he hated my guts because he let me know he hated my guts. And this guy's making this long run. I'm seeing the big dude kind of doing his little jog down because we all have to show a little effort. Like, we're just running because you never know. He's running over there. It's in front of their sideline. The guy's making a run. He's over there. He's in front of their sideline. That guy's making a run. This guy hates me. And I'm like, yeah. So I just go running over, and I'm talking shit the whole time. Like, now I'm like, man, yo, slow. Y'all suck something. I don't know what I said because I didn't have to say nothing. If you just show your back to offensive lineman, they stupid. Remember how earlier I said I'd run behind a guy, and I knew that I couldn't hit him unless he turned around?
Yeah.
Well, some offensive linemen don't quite remember that. Most don't. So I run in front of the guy, and I slow down just enough as I'm talking shit, and I'm in front of their whole sideline. And what does he do? He knocks the living shit out of me from the back. And I fall. Now, for the record, I didn't have to sell it. He's very strong. I fell because he's strong. But he does it in front of their sideline, and who else sees it? The fucking referee. So what happens? The referee throws a flag because it's a penalty to do that. Right. And guess what happens to that damn run? That run gets brought back. It's wiped off. Their sideline loses their shit. And I'm laughing because I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I executed it to perfection. When it happens, their sideline is going crazy. Their coaches are going crazy. They surround me, and I'm in the middle of it laughing. And my team is now having to come grab me from the midst of these people who have been murdering us. Listen, murdering us. They were grabbing guys. Fat dude, come be the quarterback. That's how bad it was.
Really? Just anybody?
It didn't matter. Who was willing to go on the field.
Wow.
But when they did that, they lost their mind, and I won. Yes, we still lost. Yes, I still got hit so hard that it's the hardest I've ever been hit. But in that moment, I owned that entire fucking team.
Right. Yeah.
And I loved it because as I was getting pulled away, I'm all like having to get pulled away. I'm trying to fight the whole thing. Like, One of the upperclassmen was like, oh, you're really crazy. And I felt like I earned everybody's respect in that moment. And that was the first half, if I remember correctly, because I came back out, and I'll never forget, the coach was like, hey, I want to go with that second unit that was out there. I want them to start. And that was me. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just like that fuck it thing gave you that freedom.
Fuck it, we ball, dog.
Yeah, fuck it, we ball.
I ran in front of that big old, I'll never forget, listen, dog, Trey, I knew it too. I said, oh, I got to just run in front of his ass. He gonna knock me over. And the fact that I did it in front of their line, in front of their sideline,
yeah,
they knew what I did.
They knew what you did.
They were pissed. They're like, nah, he said it. I was like,
they knew you set them up. Man, So that's how you approach like everything.
That's how I approach everything.
Everything.
Right? Everything. Like, I try to think it out, but I'm quick to act because in moments, I think if you hesitate, you miss the moment. Yeah. If I would have thought too much into that shit, that guy could have gotten to the end zone. Right. But because I just said, I got an idea, let's go do it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fuck it.
Have an idea, go for it.
Yeah, that's great.
Figure it out later.
That's great.
Figure out how to fall later.
Yeah.
But do the thing. Do the thing. Go take the chance now. Figure out how to fall on the way down.
Yeah.
Or when you bounce. Or the next time.
I love that. Figure out how to fall on the way down.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. That's good, man. I'm going to write that down, dude.
Figure out how to fall on the way down, dude. Because so many of us were like, oh, man, well, what if I fall? Yeah, what if you miss the moment? What if you succeed?
Man, that's good.
Well, if I really fall, I could figure it out on the way down. And guess what? I survived, so I could try to do this shit again. I got another man. I'm gonna write that. Please. And I'm gonna have that on your episode there, because that's that's really good. That's really good, because that's a lot of times, like a lot of people that get too over analytical with everything that they do, especially when it comes to this comedy thing. They just get like and me too. Like me too. Like I just get so like overwhelmed with acceptance. I get it. With being like I just want people to accept me. I just want people to love me. I just want to be funny. I just want to make people laugh. That I forget that. It's really like I'm just, it's that goes back to the vulnerability thing. It's the authenticity that they want to see. Right. You know what I mean? Right. It's like it's been that whole thing. It's like you tend to kind of forget that. Yep. When you just kind of get up there and you're worrying about them, and they don't want you to worry about them. No. They just want you to be yourself. They just want you to be yourself. You figure out at some point that you can't control other people's emotions, their feelings, their understanding. And you want to, look out. You want to be able to sidestep anything that could happen or head off anything before it happens. But at some point, there's the unknown, and you can't control the unknown ever. Right. You can try to manipulate it, but there's always something you didn't see coming. There's always that degree of, error that you can't account for. And it's the moment that you realize what's going to happen is going to happen. Mm-hmm. You get so much closer to being free. Yeah. When you start realizing that you're not going to please everybody, but you can try to please yourself. You get closer to freedom. Then when you really realize that you're not even going to be able to please yourself, you're like, oh shit, am I free now? Yeah. Right. Now the problem comes as you say, I expect failure. That's wrong. I think now you're like, oh, you're being negative. And it's like, no. I'm very negative when it comes to those things. I'm like, yes, sure. Of course you can't come. Of course you're calling in at the last minute. Mm-hmm. I expected it. That's not bad. That's not good. That's bad. That's when now you're in the negative space of you're expecting it to not work, but you can't not expect it to work. You can't expect it to fail. But you also can't be overly confident. You have to be in this middle spot. There's this middle space where if shit goes wrong, you can quickly accept it and adapt. Mm-hmm. Not because you expected it, not because you anticipated it, but because you're okay with the fact that something could go wrong. There it is. You're anticipating that you're preparing. You're ready. You have a contingency plan. But you're not going out there saying, hey, I want you guys to use this kind of tourniquet to help the guy when his leg gets cut open and all that. You're not doing that. Mm-hmm. But you're saying, hey, EMT workers, I want y'all here just in case something happens. Yeah. There's a chance something doesn't happen. I like this person that speaks and says, there's a high chance you guys are going to be bored today. That's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But just in case something happens, I want y'all here. That's what I want. And that's who I try to be. Yeah. That's who I'm trying to be. I'm not trying to be the one, I need you guys here for when something happens. I hate that because I almost feel like you can speak that. You can speak that into existence. And do you really want that? No. Well, why the fuck are you saying it? Because it's going to happen. It's always happened. Yeah, but how about this? This is going to be the one time we don't have no injuries. Speak it like that. Yeah. This is going to be the time where everything that I plan goes right. Speak it like that. Yeah. And if stuff goes wrong, that's fine. We got a contingency plan. But we're going to prepare like it's all going to go right. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's breathe a sigh of relief when the damn thing does go right and go, man, I wasn't sure. Because now we're getting closer to being free. When we really believe that it's going to go right, I think that's as 99% close to freedom as you're going to get. There's more to it, and I ain't unlocked it yet. But I think that when you start believing it's all going to go right, that's when you're free. Everything could be going just straight up wrong. Cars fucked up, marriage fucked up, job stuff's fucked up, kids don't like you, you can't figure out how to make the jokes work, everything's going wrong. But when you're going through all of that and you're like, oh, it's all going to turn out right, and you believe it, oh shit, baby, you might be free. I think you're close to it. I don't know what it is, but I'll let you know when I get there.
Yeah,
I'll be like, yeah, I'm in this spot where shit's all going wrong, but I'm still smiling because I know there's some good coming.
Yeah.
I believe it though. When I believe it, when I know it, knowing and believing, I'm in those two right now. So know or you believing which one it is, but it's one of those. You know it's gonna happen. It's gonna work out. You're gonna figure it out. That's freedom there, and that's why I perform with Along for the Vibes the way I do, because I know that any moment now, it's a video. It could be a person coming in. That when we hit that motherfucker the right way, they gonna be like, yo, that's amazing. I'm not finna bring my family and friends here. No. I'm gonna bring the people that like to dance here. I'm gonna bring my dance group here. I'm gonna bring my rock people here. I'm gonna bring my band geeks here. I'm gonna bring my theater nerds here. I'm gonna bring my people that they talking sound effects here. I'm gonna bring my people that they don't feel welcome in other spaces here. I'm gonna bring my fill in the blank. I don't have a word for it. But that's the people. That's what I'm going to know.
Man, no, that's good. That's good. And I love that. I also love that, like, when you were talking about manifesting just now, you mentioned EMT stuff, because that's what I do.
Get that, dude. So you're from New Orleans. Let's run this real quick.
Right.
You're from New Orleans.
Right. And we were talking about that before this. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else. I'm hitting so many things. It's funny because I don't think everything happened. I don't think things happen by accident. I think everything happens for a reason. And it took me so long to get over here because it wasn't time for me to be here. Had a car. I couldn't get over here. Couldn't get the time. Had all the time in the world. I couldn't get over here. Couldn't get the time. Now, ain't got no damn car. Schedule's kind of, schedule's not goofy, but my schedule's not as free or as open as it used to be. But now I'm here.
Yeah.
And I love that. So you're an EMT. Talk to me real quick. I know it's my interview, but I want to know about you. You are EMT, not you are EMT or you were?
Yeah. No, I'm an EMT. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was a firefighter for a while. And then and that was in Houston. I was with HFD for a while. And that's why I got that right there.
Shit. You got spouts. Yeah. This is off your hat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I did that for a while, and now I do EMT for construction, but I rode the ambulance for forever, and then did that whole thing and stuff. But there is this thing which that we have where we don't say anything that could possibly manifest anything negative.
You don't.
Even at work, I'm just like, but you also don't say something like, "Oh, it's going to be a good day."
You don't do that either because that's the same thing.
It's the same thing. But just it's just going to be a different thing.
You just go in.
You
clock in.
And it's like, but yeah, it's like anybody who says anything, you're like, dude, you just fucked us.
Right.
Like, don't fucking say nothing.
That's the movie trope of what else can go wrong. Motherfucker, now there's a damn meteorite. Thanks a lot. We had Sasquatch. We had Sasquatch under control. But now we got a fucking meteorite.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for saying what else could go wrong, Yeah.
Right. It's just like that, So it's like when you were mentioning that, I was like, man, I'm like, yeah, no, that's very true. And it's actually really interesting too, because do you know Donna Lee?
I love Donna Lee. I'm going to be working with her next month on like the 15th, I think, out in Georgetown. But yeah, she's great.
Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah, dude. So she is really big into manifestations and things like that. And so she's rich.
She should be. Most rich people are very big in manifestation.
Yeah, they can afford to manifest.
You damn right. Because, man, when you don't know what the fuck a manifest is, it's because you're poor. I'm
trying to manifest another $1 now.
That part. But no, so she's big into manifestation.
Yeah. Okay. And so you guys have a lot to talk about with that too, because it's kind of it is a thing, there is like a little bit of like superstition that comes with this whole like comedy kind of thing.
It's because a lot of us are deeply rooted in routine.
Yeah, routine.
You watch people, a lot of us wear the same thing. A lot of us, hell, you look at KillTony, for crying out loud. I low-key picked up on this probably the second time I ever went to sign up. A lot of people sit in the same spot. There's a lot of people that,
I know Chin does.
Sit in the same. Chin sits in, listen, I'm, my homegirl, Sherry Vasegi, sits in the same spot.
Yep, Sherry.
Chin sits in the same spot. A lot of the hosts, they sit on the same exact spot, like the guy that calls the thing. They all. So what I do best, one of the things I do best is I observe people. I watch a lot. I pick up on patterns because as a comic and just even as a kid, that's how I survived. Is I kind of could pick up on patterns real quickly, and I just sit and observe. But a lot of people, if you made like a seating chart, they sit about the same spot every time.
Yeah,
a lot of my people, they go in, they do about the same thing. They'll go down and get a drink at the bar. They'll go outside to smoke. Then they'll come in, or they'll go outside and they'll stand around, be somewhere where they're within earshot of them calling stuff. A lot of my friends that perform, they go sit out and have a smoke real quick, and they look at their set. Then they come in and they sit in the back of the room. When they get called up, they approach from this way. They hold the mic in this hand. They wear these type of clothes, these type of shoes. There's a lot of stuff that I observed.
Yeah.
And this is no different than football. When I played football, I saw a lot of stuff. I try to listen to, hype music or whatever.
Yeah. I can only imagine you're just taking in all of these.
All I do is take in stuff.
All of these things and all these potential changes that can happen. And,
I do.
Like the drop of a hat.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I'm watching.
You're watching.
One of the things that happens if you see me on stage in a headliner capacity, you really get to see that on full display. When I'm doing small spots, you kind of get to see it. But if you watch me on stage, at minimum, if there's 3 performers before me, I've probably done it in as low as 2. When I headlined the Valve last a few months ago. That was probably 2 months ago. I only had 3 performers on the show. Myself, opener, host. That was it. I didn't want a whole bunch. I sometimes overbook because I want to give everybody opportunity, but then it leaves no time for me. And this one, I had one show to get it, and I was like, well, I only got 45 minutes to work. So that goes quick. When you got stuff to do, it's going to go quick. So I'm in the back and I'm watching and I'm seeing this person laugh at this person didn't laugh at that. Or I'm seeing these people having these conversations. Not for the Valve. The Valve's a little different situation because there's no green room. I sit in the front. For my own show, I've started doing a thing where I go and sit in the front row and I watch all the other performers perform. And then when I get called up, I just walk from a few feet away and get on stage. Yeah. So
why did you do that?
I do that because there's a multitude of things. There's a lot of energy that gets taken from me if I'm there. Not on some negative shit, but can kind of be. The wrong energy for me can drain me before I go on stage. And I need all of the energy that I can have up there because I need to be able to talk about I need to be able to talk about the things that I wrote that I wanted to talk about.
Sure.
But I also need to be able to talk about the things that I observed. And I also need to be able to talk about the things that I'm currently seeing in front of me because it doesn't stop once I get on stage. It's hiding now. Now I'm seeing it from a different angle. When I'm behind y'all, I'm seeing it from this angle. But when I am on stage, I have both what I saw from behind y'all coupled with what I'm now seeing in front of me. When I'm up there, I'm watching every fucking person, anybody that moves and does anything. If it's something weird or something I can talk about it.
Yeah.
Fuck the material. The material's cool. I know the material.
You know the material.
What I don't know is the people and how they going to be talking. If I see a motherfucker yawn twice, I'm going to talk about the person that yawned twice and say, yeah, it's 11 o'clock. I know it's late. I ate a burrito before I came up here. And in all honesty, I'm going to eat another burrito. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm going to use it for a pillow and sleep on it. That's how I work. And so the reason I brought this one up is Velveeta's room is different because I'm in the front. So I don't have the advantage of being able to watch people from the back. But when I do most other shows, I'm in the back just watching everybody. And that's my material. And that's part of what makes me good because when I go up there, now you who were sitting 15 rows back, you didn't realize that I saw you sneeze and then shake somebody's hand with that same hand. But I talk about it up there and I go, yeah, man, y'all some nasty ass people out here. And I will, y'all just be sneezing into y'all's hands and then shaking people's hands with it. And I look directly at the person that does it. And they're like,
oh, fuck.
Yeah. But then I have fun when I say, don't trip. I be wiping my nose and forgetting which hand I use and then be playing with my teeth. Just little stuff.
Oh, which is great because it's like if you shook anybody in the crowd's hands, they're like, what?
Right.
That's so good.
It's beautiful because I do that and it allows me to disarm a room like that.
Yeah.
Because they realize that I'm really here.
You're really present.
I'm really present.
Yeah.
I'm going to still tell some of the jokes that I planned on telling, but I'm also going to let you guys know that all can be changed and that I'm really here. I just go to concerts and be like, why would this celebrity come all the way to fucking Austin, Texas? That ain't really them. That's that's a body double. So as a kid, this is how I was thinking as a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't believe that people would really travel to every damn city on their tour. I thought they'd go to LA and then maybe go to Chicago and maybe go to New York, but they'd have a body double or a lip singer or something like that.
Oh,
or an impressionist come to Austin and stuff. But they were really out there traveling.
Right.
And so I said, me as a performer, why would I phone it in? Because it's not a lot of people? Because I'm having a bad day? Because I'm tired? Because I'm sad? Because I just got broken up with? No.
Yeah.
I'm going to look like I'm looking at you. I'm going to look and analyze and figure the stuff out and play around. You got forearm tattoos and so you the dragon. You was into the dragon. You know, oh, you know what you know about Bruce Lee and show enough. You know? Yeah. You know, so
yeah.
What makes me, I think, an accomplished performer is because I'm willing to use what I have. I'm willing to look at you and figure out all the stuff that I can talk about with that.
Yeah.
But I'm not being mean. A lot of assholes do it and they want to roast people.
Yeah, they only just can be mean. Yeah.
But I'm not that person. I got into comedy to be happy, to make people happy, and to stay that way.
That was another thing that I loved about you know, you and your set and everything like that, is that I was like, I felt like, I was like, man, you got this roasting thing down where you don't feel like you're getting like
I'm
made fun of.
Right.
You know, a lot of people, it's like, they don't tend to be like, they're not mean, but they don't realize that they're being mean.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like a weird thing, but I love that too, man. I love that you observe and absorb.
Yep.
You know,
bingo. Observe and absorb.
Yeah. You take it all in and everything. And then what's really awesome about that is that you just put it out to everybody, you know, which is a really good thing with active listening too. Like, you know, it shows people that you're paying attention to who they are.
Yep.
You know, and it's like those little kind of breadcrumbs that just kind of, you know, people tend to just, you know, really love the person. And I think that's another reason why, like, along with the Vibes works so well, is just because when as a comic who's been on that show with you sometime, like, it feels I feel that presence.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it was a shame because I had to work that night. And it was like, I told my job, I was like, hey, I have to do something. And I was like, I'm coming in late. You know, so I was dressed for work that night. And so I went in, did the show, then I had to leave. But I remember thinking, I'm like, man, is there a way that I could stay? I was like, because this show is just, it's just so fun.
It's fun for the performers and
so
audience.
Fun.
And I want that to be fun for you guys that are performing and for the people watching. And right now it's small numbers, but it's still a fun, worthwhile moment.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But so you were on KillTony, 579.
579.
Yeah. So, man, you did great with that.
Thank you.
Absolutely great. You got a big joke book.
Yeah.
Right. How did that feel? Like, walk me through your process of, like, you know, that. Or how that went.
It was something that, believe it or not, that night I flipped a coin if I was even going to go.
Really?
Yeah. I was on my way out to my kiddos in San Marcos. I was tired. And I've started, you know, taking that away of, you know, Mondays are normally my day to hang out with my daughter, teach her to drive, and just hang out, right? That was our daddy-daughter day because I'd spend so much time with my son on the weekends because it was football, or not football, thank God, not football. Jesus Christ.
Wink, wink.
That was seventh grade. But my son's high school stuff, you know, and then his AAU stuff, traveling team stuff would almost always take place on the weekends. And so I'd spend so much time with him on the weekends that I remember telling myself, all right, when you do your 40 shows and 40 nights, because I used to do my aids and shows and stuff, I need you to take specific days and dedicate them to people, your off days. So I was like, well, Sunday, my mom goes to church. I'll try to do something with my mom on Sundays. Mondays, I spend so much time with Titan probably on Thursdays for practice, Saturdays for games, Sundays for games sometimes. So that could kind of hit my mom's stuff. I said, let me pick one day and have it be for Simone, my daughter. And so Monday became that day. That was the day we'd go play racquetball, we'd go walk, we'd go eat, we'd talk, listen to music. Then it became a time where we'd go drive because now, you know, she's 17, she's learning to drive. And so that would be a specific day for that. I was that scared to live with Jesus out of me.
Yeah, that actually kind of scared me too.
I was like, oh my God, I'm running.
Yeah, I just put that on there, so
you're good.
It's all good. Don't even worry about that.
That's funny. But no, Monday became the day that we would do stuff. And because KillTony's sign up is so in Mothership, because Mothership happens before that.
Right.
That's about 5 hours to 6 hours that you're giving up every Monday. And I was like, I don't want to give up 5 to 6 hours every Monday. That just didn't feel right to me. So I didn't go. And then finally one day I was like, you live in Austin, you have this big thing here. Why wouldn't you be a part of that? And I was like, well, it's negative. I always had a reason. Well, it's negative. I don't want to be around a bunch of negative people. I was like, yeah, but what if you can go up there and just tell jokes? Just go tell jokes and be yourself. Mm-hmm. The other shit doesn't have to be a thing to you. Just go be a comic. You're a comic, right? Well, yeah. Well, go be a comic. That's a comedy vessel. That is a damn platform that can boost you up. I had so many people that came through my open mic. They didn't just come to my open mic, but they came to my open mic. I got to watch them. And now all of a sudden they're on Saturday Night Live. They're touring around the world telling jokes. They are selling out places. I know. And I'm like, you are the person that if you said no, that open mic, that opportunity didn't exist. Why shouldn't you try to take swings? I'm not saying go travel the country to go do comedy, even though you do it. I'm saying this place is in your backyard and it's 5 hours out of your time.
Right.
Go sign up. And so I remember I was like, I'll start going. And so every so often I'd start going. Chin really likes it. And I was like, well, if Chin does it, I'll go. I'll go hang out with Chin.
Chin's there, I think.
Chin's there every day. And then Chin runs an open mic afterwards there. So not only is Chin there, Chin's double, triple downing. And I was like, well, if Chin's going and you got a little bit of free time, go do it every once in a while. So I told myself I'd go do it. I went and signed up, hung out, and actually had fun. I got to connect with people, book some gigs out of it because I'm around people. And I think I did this about 6 times. I signed up about 6 times, maybe 4 times, because I had signed up previously other times. But the 4th time
it's not
in
bad.
that sequence, my name gets pulled at the very end of the damn evening. And I already told Chin I'm tired. I'm about to head, because I go to San Marcos on Mondays. I'm about to head to San Marcos. And I had my jacket on. I have my backpack in my lap. I'm just being respectful because they say you always wait until they say it's done. And all of a sudden I hear my name, Symply Courtney. I was like, oh shit, it's going to happen. And it wasn't a nerves thing. This is not to be cocky or cavalier about it. It wasn't a nerves thing. It was okay, I guess this is fixing to happen. The thing that I put the most thought into before I went up was whether I kept my jacket on or took it off.
I get it.
Because you have to have a wristband thing. And earlier I had taken my jacket off and it got caught on the wristband and almost ripped it off. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, I would hate to get all the way over here, take this damn jacket off and it rips the wristband off and now I can't go up. And so that was the thing I put the most thought into in my little walk over. And I remember Colt, I think he was like, do you know what you're going to do? And I was like, no, I don't. But when I said that wasn't about the stage stuff. It was about this damn jacket. My brain was on the jacket. I wasn't thinking about the damn show. I was like, man, I do this. I've been doing this for 14 years. I'm 13. It'll be 14 in November, and I traveled the country doing this, But I remember the most thought I put into it was taking that damn jacket off. As I took the jacket off, I see it's a little backstage area. It's like a stair, and that's where you get to the stage. And so it's Heidi there. She walks by. She's adjusting her makeup. A bunch of people I don't know. Troy Conrads is there. He's taking pictures and stuff. And I see him. He says, hey, let me, I don't think, no. I didn't see him till after the set. But I'm there, and I'm like, oh, shit, I can hear something happening on the other side. I hear a red band do the din din. I guess something had died. And so I picked up on that and I said, oh, that's crazy. And I remember when that happened, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. They do sound effects on this show. And I was okay. And I said, all right, guys, get up for your next a new name here. Symply Courtney. And I remember I was like, okay, let's go do this. And it opens. And I'm not even lying to you. I look at the stage and I'm like, damn, that's a small stage. That's the last thought I had was like that. Because in my brain, when you look at a stage from like a different angle, it looks like the stage is really big and it's really tall and really broad. Right. But then when you get on the stage, it's like the people are right there. And I'm like, oh, dude, it's not a big stage. There. I've been on some giant stages.
It was like, literally like this area between me and you. Yeah, just like that. It was very small.
Yeah. And so I get out there and I'm like, okay. And so I go, all right, let's do this. And so I just get in. And the very first joke, I blank, because I perform. When I perform, I'm not out there really like, I'm going to do this. No, when I do good, the first thing that comes out is the first thing that comes out. And
off the cuff.
Onto a joke.
Kind of thing.
And so the very first time I ever attempted to sign up for KillTony in Austin, this is back when it's at Vulcan. This is many, many years ago. they had an open mic that they did that was supposed to be like a warm up for KillTony. You go do your 1 minute. And I remember going like, what the fuck you do 1 minute? What the fuck I'm supposed to tell him 1 minute, dog? I got 3 hours of comedy. That time I had 3 hours. Now I'm closer to 6 hours now. But back then I had 3 hours of comedy. And I'm like, fuck I'm supposed to talk about in a minute. And so I remember thinking, okay, what can I say that can get a quick laugh? Because I figured the math out. I said, you need to say something. You need to open with something that's going to get a laugh that's off the rip. And I just came out and I was just like, you know how hard it is to be a big black dude driving Uber at night? And I remember everybody busted out laughing.
Yeah.
And I mean, in all honesty, it hit so hard that I was like, that's it. I just want to show y'all I can get a laugh that quick. I want to show me I can get a laugh that quick. But what was funny is that was many, many years ago. But when I walked out there that night, that's the first thing that came up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what I really liked about that is that I too did an Uber joke when I went out and KillTony. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, look at that. That's awesome.
It's real. It's real.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's reality. It's talking about your reality.
It's just talking about your thing.
My comedy stems from my reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I love that. I was like, oh man. And I was just so happy. I was so happy to see you out there.
I've heard so many people say that, and it's still weird for me to hear that from everybody, because I'm like, there's a part of me that still not necessarily doesn't believe it, but doesn't see it for how big it is. And there's a lot of people that are like, that's great that finally, you get out there. And I'm like, I just went and did a set, but you go in and you look and you see 1 million people have watched that, 2 million people have watched that. And you see all these people that have commented about it, that have talked to me about it. And it makes me mad that it took me so long to believe it and try to sign up. But it also makes me kind of appreciate how easy it is. I didn't have to pay. I didn't have to audition. I literally just signed my name and just waited. All I had to do is just wait. And it's like, bro, this is different. There's something about it where you just show up and it could happen.
It could happen.
I watched Tim Stifler come over to Tiniest Bar and do stuff. And he would do his date night comedy stuff on, I think, Fridays and Saturdays at Roscoe's and a few other places. And to see him go from Tim Stifler to Timmy No Breaks. I watched Christina Mariani be awkward, weird, goofy, quirky on stage at Tiniest Bar where there's buses driving by, homeless people screaming, whatever. To now she's touring the country, selling places out, and people are repeatedly wanting to see her. You see Cam Patterson, you see Hans Kim, you see who all? It's a list. I need to make the list one day of all the people that did Tiniest and then went on to do things extraordinary. It's just it's mind blowing. I mean, I can go deeper. I'll go deeper. I think this is the first time I've done this on camera. The amount of people that are doing something big from Austin comedy. This isn't even now. This goes before KillTony, before I call it the Great Invasion of 2020, 2021. You have guys like Andrew Dismukes that are on Saturday Night Live, cast member, Austin. We're playing basketball on Sundays in the park. Devin Walker, who's a former cast member, Saturday Night Live, park, playing basketball. You have people like Leah Sampson, who are all over the damn place performing. They were here in Austin performing regularly, open mics, etc. You have, who else can I name off? Casey Sorna. I don't know her that well, but she does a lot of stuff. Maggie Mayfield. She's doing a lot of stuff. You have Vanessa Gonzalez. She's doing a lot of stuff. You have, I'm trying to make sure I don't leave people out, because I'm proud.
There's a lot of people.
I'm proud to say that I'm peers with these people, and that I did comedy in a time where these people were just people. They weren't the person that's going to get a lot of people running up on them. The reason I bring it up is you have people able to do that now in real time in a way that didn't take auditioning, didn't take being repped, being recruited, being flown out, and you have to do these little moments and prove and stuff. They can just go up for a minute and then have a good interview, and before you know it, everybody and their mom knows them.
Yeah.
Chen, freaking, we're just having a conversation about how they were somewhere and people were running up on them taking pictures.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, I'm like, that's different. Because the people that I named before that, they had to go through auditions. They had to win competitions. They had to do Funniest Person Austin's happening right now. Or get ready to happen. The sign-up's happening right now. They have to place high in Funniest Person in Austin. They have to do all these other things. Now, you're telling me you can just sign up and go and sit, and you may get called, you may not. And you do it a week and a week and a week. There's some people I know, people have signed up for, months and years and still haven't been pulled, and they still go.
Yeah.
And they could do that, and that's part of the damn story.
It's almost so easy, but it's almost easy to a point to where it's like you don't want to get caught up in it without being prepared. You know what I mean? And
that's that. Yep.
It's like, man, because I constantly tell myself like what I need to do is really, really work on jokes and things like that. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to be like super successful by any means. It just means that it's just that like, because it's so easy, it'll be so easy to get like knocked off.
Absolutely. And and I'll take it a step further. You want to go in and know what the hell you're going to say. Yes. For at least the 1 minute portion. Yeah. I think the interview for KillTony, the interview, that's the part that's ambiguous. You don't know who's going to be on the panel. Right. You don't know what Tony's on. You don't know if he's on a good mood day, if he's on a bad mood day, if whatever. But what you do know is that, okay, they say you got a minute to tell jokes. It's a comedy room. Yeah. Go tell a minute of jokes. Now, I'll say this, how it's received online, that's where the stuff changed. Yeah. And it's really not saying that, like, I think people could watch a video and love it and not say anything about it. They could not thumbs it up. They could not go and try to find the person that it was. They cannot leave a comment, but they could have a good time. Yeah. But there are some people that get on there and they like, man, I didn't like this. That wasn't real comedy. That was a black joke. That was like all the other black jokes. The only way he did good was because everybody else was bad. This is the worst episode. He looked like David Lucas, Cam Patterson, and Dedrick Flynn all rolled into one. He looks like Kenan Thompson. He looks like him and then, you can get that. And you got to remember is that they are the minority. Those people ain't. First of all, did you have a good time? Did they laugh? Yeah. Yeah. Did the metric of comedy, if you go off just that, did you succeed? Well, what's the metric? You told jokes, people laughed. Did that happen? Yes, you were successful, my friend.
That's it.
That's all that matters. Yeah. Even though you want to go in, I remember thinking to myself, well, man, I want to get a bump off of this. Like, I want to get to be able to do all these shows off of this and be able to use this as a credit and stuff. I don't necessarily see and I mean, it is a credit because Donna Lee, that's a great example. You brought her up. She put the flyer out for the show we're doing. And on her flyer, she put our credits next to our picture on the flyer. Mine, she put the KillTony logo, and then she put KZI, which is the radio station that I'm on Wednesdays. Austin, cool. 88.7 FM. I'm there every Wednesday morning.
That's FM?
FM.
Oh, yeah. I used to do radio, too, actually.
Look at us. I'm telling you, bro, we just cross-pollinate. We intertwine and do.
That's funny.
There's a reason why. But I remember thinking to myself, I said, that is a credit, dog. Yeah. That's a credit. As much as and I'm still of old fogey status to where I'm like, man, it ain't no credit. It's a glorified podcast, open mic. I said that's seen by 2 million people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weekly.
Chen's, Chen with Chen coming out, and there's a clip where Shane Gillis looks at Chen and Tony Hinchcliffe was like, hey, this is transgender, Asian woman. Right. And Shane Gillis was like, oh, fuck, dude, millions. Yeah. And I was sitting there just like, to me, I'm like, it's just Chen. Right. Right. But I'm like, because we've been knowing Chen for a while, so it's like, that's fucking crazy that millions of people like know Chen.
And it's not it's not like, okay, let me break this down for people. What's camera? This camera?
This is your camera.
I want y'all to understand something. Let me get y'all motherfuckers on something.
Get in there.
When it says 1 million, yes, I'm not discounting the fact that there can be some fake views out there. Like, I've seen the video. We've all seen the videos where they got like a bunch of phones in a room and it's a bot form or a view form or a TikTok form, whatever, right? But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, they're inflating the numbers just a bit. I don't think they can inflate 1 million.
Not by that much.
I don't think they can inflate $1 million. I don't think you can artificially boost something to 1 million. I could be wrong.
No.
There could be some kind of technology out there that's some mastery of the mystic arts where it can go from 1 to 1 million. I don't think it exists though.
No.
And if it does exist, I think they would do that for like some shit that's going to doom the earth or something. Like the vote for the president of the United States or something like that. Maybe that's what they use that for. For a damn comedy clip, I don't think they're going to inflate something. So what is that? What you saying, Courtney? What I'm saying is that that's 1 million people.
Yeah.
1 million people watched that thing that has somebody that you know on it.
Yeah.
If your mind ain't blown that 1 million people have seen your face, you crazy as hell. And I get it. I get the peers to say the way I do it is in the comedy club and I do it like this. But I'm like, bro, listen, I did something in I think it's just 2 million. It might be 2 million. 2 million people watched me do that thing.
Yeah.
That's something.
That's wild.
Something. That's wild.
That's wild.
My brain can't fully process, can't really grasp that 2 million people saw me go up there and get this damn. I finally got it because my car was broke down. It was in the damn the center not center console. It was in the damn.
Oh, that's your book?
That's my book.
Yeah.
That's the damn book, man. It was in my car. My car at the shop.
That's great. What I got was that keychain.
Nice.
Right there.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about nothing. I just know I got a book and everybody else said book and they got a show called The Big Joke Book.
I love that you kept
whatever. I kept it. I said I'm gonna keep it all because I don't know what it was when I had it.
I'm glad you told me because I was sitting there like, whoa, this is
I know. I got you,
cool.
dog. That's what I do.
I love this. This is great.
But
good job.
It meant something.
Yeah.
It meant something.
It means something. Yeah.
To everybody else, it meant something. To me, I was like, I don't know what the hell that means. Okay.
Yeah.
Racist is black. I'm black. You gave me a black thing in February. It's racist. What the fuck? Is this a joke? They said, no, that's a good thing. That means they liked you. He said he liked you in the episode. He said he liked you. And then the people have said they liked you as well. Mm-hmm. You did what you did. My favorite part was that I did my jokes. Yes. I didn't go up there I didn't just create and cobble some random ass stuff together. I went up there as me. And I succeeded as me, which makes me so happy, dog. Yeah. And then even the interview, I answered honestly. You made a joke about this, and I responded to the joke, but then I set you straight. I was firm, yet I was human, yet I was me, yet I was still funny. Yeah. I was able to be all the things that I am on that damn episode, and that was if that's the only time I get a chance to put myself out there in front of that many people in that capacity, I'm okay with it. I'm like, you know what? They may be like, oh man, he kind of an old comic. We don't want an old comic up. We want a young comic that's malleable, that we can kind of, we can change and do things and make feel shame and make feel uncomfortable and make them dance and stuff. We don't want this guy. This guy is kind of affirmed in who he is. That could be the case. I don't know. But at the same time, I'm having fun right now. And I'm like, if my job, ain't my job, but it is my job. If my job, my calling is for me to blow up by going on the road and performing in front of people instead of going on a podcast that could put me in front of 2 million people that may agree with what I'm doing or think that I'm funny enough to come buy a ticket, to buy merch, buy a CD, like me, follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, that's fine because I like going out on the road. And I like connecting with people, talking one-to-one. Yeah. I'd love to be able to just tell this joke and have 1 million people just pull up on me. Right. That'd make life a lot easier. Right. But if the good Lord wants me to go and connect with each and every person and observe you from the back of the room and say, hey, mister, I saw it said you're EMT. I saw you got the patch on you. Thank you for your work. That's cool. You ever want to punch a person in the face, though? Like, just if that's how I have to get it, I'm okay with that. Yeah. I like to connect with people directly. It would be so much easier if I could just be great and then just say, okay, there's a video that showed I was great and I don't have to go do it again. Right. But that'd be cheating for me. Yeah. I like going to the club. And even if I did blow up, man, one of the things I love about the people I named, everybody I named is a touring comic. Yeah. Everybody I named is a touring comic. I think Andrew, you'll see him go out every once in a while. Devin, I think he's now, since he's not on Saturday Night Live, he can go out more. Cam, he goes out when he can. Christina's always out there. Maggie, I think she's right now rooted in L.A. Vanessa, I think, is traveling a bit. Yeah, they're working. These people are working, dog. They're working. Yeah, and that's what I want, man. I want to work, dog. Like, Listen, man, I did a job interview. What's today? Sunday?
Yeah.
I did a job interview Saturday, yesterday.
Yeah?
I don't want that damn job.
No.
Fuck, I want a job for, man. I want to tell jokes. Like, let me come to your job and tell jokes.
Yeah.
Y'all pay me to keep the morale high. Bring me to your job and let me fuck with y'all in the meeting.
Man, yeah.
Hey, you got to fire some people? You know what the hell? Let me tell some damn jokes right after y'all got fired and let them cuss me out. Matter of fact, fuck that. You ain't even got to be in the meeting. Let me deliver the news. Give me the damn paper and say, hey, the following people are no longer employed per the ending of this meeting. And let me say their names and let them people just really, after 25 years, you going to fire me? You motherfuckers. You son of a bitch. I can't fucking believe it. Let me wear a shirt that says the name of the company. Matter of fact, you can put me in. I know they got it. Now CGI your face on me and let me do the talking, but have the where the voice changes and it's you.
Yeah.
And let me fire the people. Don't do it in person. Now, in person, I ain't gonna let you physically abuse me, but you can psychologically and mentally abuse the fuck out of me. Pay me though.
Right, pay me. Is that the job that you applied for?
No, God, no. The job I applied for was some damn sales job, bro. Oh my God, I didn't apply for it. I went and did an interview for it. That's how bad of a job it is because you don't have to apply for it. You just do an interview. Those are the jobs. You can tell how bad the job is by how easy you can get it.
Yeah, dude.
Like Uber, you just show them your ID and that you kind of got a car. They don't prove that you got a car, but
they don't give a fuck.
They hire you.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Give a fuck.
I was I got this one thing I've been working on. It was I took a goober to get here.
Yeah.
And I was like, the goober is like it's unregulated entirely.
Oh, is this real?
No.
Oh, I thought you was joking. I thought you was for real at first. What? You need that number, dog?
That's a joke I've been working on.
That's funny. Okay, I like
just
that.
like instead of an Uber, it's a goober.
They got hood Uber, dude. The San Antonio, I just found they got a hood Uber. And believe it or not, when did you move here?
23.
Okay, 23. Okay, so in 2026, 2015 to 17. I think 2015 to 17, we lost Uber in Austin. And so we had a thing called Arcade City that was just a Facebook group. And if you needed a ride, like, let's say I'm at your place. If I needed a ride from here, I would say, hey, I'm at so-and-so. I need a ride to so-and-so. I can pay Venmo, I can pay cash, I can pay Cash App. And maybe you even say how much you're willing to take a ride for in one person. Somebody would respond on that damn thing and say, hey, I can be there in 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Okay, I'll get you. And another person would respond back, I got you. That's how we was doing rides, dog.
Wow.
Hood Uber.
Dang.
On God. I had regulars.
Is that like, would that be scary?
It's
like
very scary, dog.
Like
unregulated, man, people's getting robbed. No, they wouldn't get robbed. Austin, it's Austin. If this was Houston or San Antonio, somebody got murdered.
No,
but
dude, if it's fucking Houston, oh my God.
Somebody got murdered, robbed, and sold on the black market all in the same day. But
right.
Sorry,
he was 6'3".
He had more surface volume to get shot.
Jesus. Yeah, no,
he sold his knees to a short person. That's so fucked up. But
right?
Nah, we were blessed because it was a need. We really needed Uber. Like, there's a lot of service industry here. There's a lot of just cast workers here. And because of that, when we lost Uber because of it was a stupid ass vote situation where Uber was on some cocky shit. They're like, well, send it to vote. Cause I think it was like background checks or something like that. And like, send it to vote. If you send it to vote, we're going to win. The problem is the people that use Uber ain't the same people that vote. The people that vote, the people that own property and shit, that y'all were flyering in their fucking mailboxes and shit for this vote, they was like, we don't fucking like Uber. Fuck them. Let them go. And so they voted, and they fucking were told to go fuck off, and they fucked off for 2 years. And when they fucked off for 2 years, people that need rides and people that don't have cars and formal traditional jobs and credit and all this other stuff were now stuck out trying to figure out, and people that want to party at night, they were stuck out. And so what happened is there was a need. There was a market. And the way that we felt that shit is Arcade City went almost overnight from a couple hundred to a couple thousand. And you had all these drivers from like Uber and Lyft and stuff that were all of a sudden displaced financially. They were like, shit, we'll pull up. I'll drive my car. Now, it's dangerous in the fact that Here's how it is dangerous and here's how it ain't dangerous. I'll break down how it is dangerous. It's dangerous because it's not as regulated as it could be, because a person could see that and show up to that spot and say, hey, I saw that you said you needed a ride.
Right.
You can get in.
You feel anybody could?
Anybody could in theory. But the way that we got around that and the way that we kind of brought some law to it is we said, hey, here's the list of people that are approved. Here's how you do it. Me being a driver. You ask for a ride, the way that I have to do it, and this is the SOP, the standard operating procedure, was I'd say, hey, I'd post a picture. I'd have to post from my Facebook profile too. That's the other thing, is my Facebook profile is what I'm posting from. I'm not just throwing a random numbers out there. It's my Facebook profile. It would say, my name's Courtney Creighton. Courtney Creighton said, I am this far away. Here's a picture. The picture would be me on there, and it'll also be a picture of my vehicle. And then on there, it'll also show, like, I had like this thing that said Arcade City, which let the person know I was, able to drive, and I was vetted. And then also I would have to say how far away I was and what I accepted. And then you would have to go on the page in front of everybody and say, I choose you, on some Pokemon shit. But here's what it did. We had moderators on the page that were watching all of those interactions. And we had a whole host of people. Everybody that was there could see what happened. So what would happen is, if something happened weird with me and you could front me out in front of everybody and say, well, fucking Courtney Creighton took my phone. I got out the car and I couldn't find my phone. Where is my phone at? And then I had to come up with it. It was a public shaming situation that could happen.
Oh,
so it made us stay on our shit straight up.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make that money, dog. And so it was able to become unregulated to regulated almost overnight because it was rapidly growing. It was as it grew, we had to figure out real quick how to keep up. And at some point we were able to regulate it to where now it was safer to do that shit than it was to do Uber. Because when Uber came back 2 years later, a lot of us still stayed. Like, I stayed doing Arcade City. I didn't go back to Uber for almost 2.5 years because I had so many regulars that could just call my damn phone. They knew who they were getting. They knew who they were getting. They could Facebook me. They could call me. They could get me at a moment's notice instead of having some random person that showed up. When I rode Uber on the way over here, I don't know who the fuck was going to pick me up.
Right.
I know the app says this is who it is, but when you can go through my Facebook and you can see my kids, you can see this, you can see all these things about me, now it made it that much more personal. So that's how we took it and flipped it on its head to where rideshare was safe. It was like as safe as it could be during that point. There were still your outliers. You get your drunk person acting a fool, but now instead of me saying customer number 277, first name Christina, last name S, instead I said this person, I'd show their profile and I'd send it to our moderator and say, this bitch went crazy in my car. Now we're pushing out that person. Or we're able to hit each other up. Like, I'd get a person, somebody say, hey man, just want to let you know, be careful. That person sometimes likes to lie or blah, blah, blah. Now we are talking between drivers and we're able to give each other a heads up on something. Or, hey man, y'all be careful. 7th Street's a shit show right now. Don't go to 7th Street. If you want to do anything, go to 6th Street or go to 5th Street or go to 4th Street.
That's cool.
Hey man, there's a concert over here. Hey man, a big wreck just happened. Yo, there's a tornado. Hey, it's flooding. Hey man, you guys have a safe night. I'm going to take the night off. My daughter got a birthday.
Oh, wow.
It became a community.
It became a community.
It became a community from the drivers to the riders. And I loved it because it showed me kind of like when we were talking about how Austin was in a personal, like when we're doing house parties and we're doing events or my mom's doing, her birthday party after doing the Juneteenth celebration. It became a community, dude.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite part because now I'm not just Uber driver. That's Courtney. He does comedy on blah, blah, blah. Hey, we don't have a night out. We should go check him out. Right. Or, hey, man, I'm not having a good day and I ain't got no money. Can I get a ride and I'll pay you back when I can? Man, say less. I got you. Or, hey, dude, I ain't got no money, but I work at a pizzeria. Can I pay you in pizza? Bro, I'm hungry as shit. Let's go.
Damn.
Hey, man, all I got is 100.
Wow. Can
I just pay you in advance and you just give me rides until we feel like it's worth? Man, I got you. I drove that dude for almost 2 months.
Dude, that is badass. Like, seriously, that's like seriously badass. I love that. I love that everybody came together like that.
That's what it did. And that's what community does.
Like, man, that's really incredible, man. Like, because it really makes it like quality, you know?
It was quality control. And to me, I told people it went from being disadvantageous and nasty to one of the most beautiful things I'd ever been a part of. To watch that flourish, to watch it go away sucked because we all gave in because the app money was just so much more consistent. it sucked, but it was a very, very beautiful thing to be a part of, because you're like, yo, this is what community is about.
Yeah.
Like we looking out for each other. Like people really needed help. And it was what's the opposite of parasitic relationships? It was like a mutualism or something like that. It was something where we both symbiotic.
Symbiotic.
It was a symbiotic relationship to where they needed a ride, we needed money, and it allowed us both to live. And we lifted each other at the same time. You know?
Yeah. That's really, see, I love that, because it was you saw that kind of, you always see that kind of sense of community happen, like after something shitty happens. Yeah. Like I don't know, like you could say like 9/11, Hurricane Katrina, like things like big disasters happen. And then all of a sudden that sense of community kind of just goes away. You know, like, but I always love just hearing about that, because, you know, it's just like just hearing about like how like just, you know, Uber's gone. All right, let's remedy this. We have to fix this, you know? And, cause Uber's huge, man. Like, you know, if I don't drink anymore, but like, but back when I did drink, it was like, you know, that was like my saving grace. That's probably the reason why I didn't have a DUI.
Good.
You know what I mean?
As it should.
It's just because I just Ubered and lifted everywhere.
You know, be drunk as you want to fucking Uber, just make it home. Don't touch nobody. You good.
It.
Don't break nothing. And if you do break something, pay for it later. But you made it home. We'd much rather you have to pay $220 than $200,000. Or a damn funeral. You feel me?
Or a damn funeral. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, or a damn funeral.
I taught comedy defensive driving, and that was something that I talked about a lot. Before 2020, before the pandemic. But I would talk about, you know, the power of having a plan, and sometimes your plan is as little as just getting this damn phone and doing an Uber, making a plan. You know, sending off, saying, you know what, I'm probably about to go out and turn up. Let me go ahead and make sure I got $55 in my account so I can call for an Uber. You get me?
Yeah.
And I've had people die from drinking and driving. I've also had people that are behind bars, or their financials are just screwed up because they're having to pay, or they got to blow into a damn whatever the damn thing is, you know.
The breathalyzer.
Breathalyzer. There you go. They're blowing to the breathalyzer every so often. I've seen that shit. And I'm like, dude, you got options. And I'm not saying that it's as easy as me and you talking, but it's pretty damn close.
Yeah.
If you got the money. Sometimes you ain't got the money, but I'm like, well, shit, if you ain't got the money for a safe ride home, how the fuck you got the money to drink, you know? And I know it's easier said than done, but I love being a part of that. And for me, that's kind of who I am at my core, is I'm trying to build community. I'm not trying to do this shit by myself. The damn along for the vibe stuff, I'm not trying to do that by myself. Even stand-up. This is how deep it is. My personal stand-up shit is not just about me. As much as I'm only up there telling jokes by myself, I want to go on tour, and I want to go on tour where I can take people I love and respect on tour with me. I want to be able to employ people, dog. Like, I want to be able to take my homies that they do security. I think one technically does security now, the other one works at Tesla, but both of them at different standpoints of their life were doing security. I want to take them and have them be my damn security. Take them and let them benefit from me going out here and telling these goofy ass jokes and these accounts, and have them be employed to where their wives ain't got to worry about if they're going to come home because they work in security at some bullshit place. All you got to do is keep people from throwing tomatoes at me or something, you know?
Yeah.
I want that. I want to be able to do that. And when I talk about me succeeding, man, it ain't just me, dog.
Yeah.
I want people to come and go, oh shit, that's the dude from KillTony episode 579. He does Along for the Vibe. We need to go check that out. He sings and stuff. That's my plan. My plan for the next, if I win, I'm going to say if, when I get on the next episode, is to be able to somehow bring in some of that music stuff. This first one, I said, I don't want them to try to make me sing and dance and all that on the first one. I want to be able to just be me. But for the next one, I said, oh man, so what's going on in your life? Oh man, I do this music thing. Oh, you do a music thing, huh? What do you do? Oh, you know, I rap, beatbox and stuff. Would you like to share some of that now? Yeah, sure. Hey, yo, band, blah, 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 blah. And be able to tell them exactly what to do. And I rap and, you know, spit a little something, something.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I totally get that too. Because that's really the whole reason why like I wanted to even do this podcast was because it was one, I love hearing stories. I love hearing people just tell me about themselves.
Origin, yeah.
You know, it's just like I don't know, man. It's just like I don't read books, but I love stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but it was that. But then when I started doing comedy, I have a background in radio as well. I always wanted my own radio show, and I've said this before on here, but I've always wanted my own radio show. And what I love about podcasts is like it's literally like you make your own radio.
Yeah, it is.
I'm like, dude,
exactly what it is.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
And so I was like, dude, like. I was like, man, if this thing works out, which of course that's what we all hope will happen. I was like, man, like I'm taking everybody who's been a part of this, like and everything. I'm like, we're all getting off the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're all getting out of that fucking dead end job and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's the plan. Is like, because it's like there's no like eye bullshit. It wasn't like, oh, it's not just me. It's like, it's everybody has a piece of it.
My life got infinitely better when I started working towards working with people and benefiting people.
Yeah.
When I was just saying I'm going to do it myself, stuff would happen and it would die and there would be like nothing to show for it. But when I started doing it to where I had somebody help me host, I had somebody help me set up, I had somebody help me book, I had somebody help me make the flyer, I had somebody help me fill in the blank, all the shit that I can't think of right now. When the show ended, whether it was just low attendance or just at some point we just needed to go to a different venue, it didn't feel like it was for naught. It didn't feel like it was a wasted time. It felt like, that was a chapter. That's what we worked on.
Yeah.
And then some of that stuff I see them do in other places, or some of that stuff I now do in other places. So when you're working with people, you can't really fail, in my opinion. You can't really fail. All you do is have a lesson. You legit have a lesson you learn, and you're able to go, okay, what did I do right here? What can I do better for next time? And it's a beautiful thing when you watch and you see that your action is helping other people. And that's what I've always wanted. That's why I liked rideshare driving. That's why I liked Arcade City. That's what I liked about, working Parks and Rec. That's what I love about doing open mic. That's what I love about Along for the Vibes. That's what I love about my stand-up, is that I'm ultimately helping other people.
Yeah.
There's almost always something, I'm going to say always almost something that I got out of fill in the blank that I didn't intend.
Yeah.
And 100% of the time, it's from another person. When I got something, it's not because of me. It's not because of my own volition. It's because somebody else said, hey, man, I needed that. My dad had just passed away, and my girl told me to come downstairs to this apartment comedy show you're producing, and I needed to hear that. You needed to hear that? Man, a bird flew over my head and shit on me during this. I'm sorry that happened, but thank you for coming, though. Oh, well, I guess it wasn't for naught.
Yeah.
Courtney, thank you for booking me on this show, man. Nobody really books me. And I know I didn't have the best set, but I'm really grateful.
Yeah. And
when they're out there a year later, yo, man, I can't help it. I got to tell you, man, I told you thank you before, but I really want you to understand. Thank you for booking me on that one show. The show I got pooped on by a bird? Oh, yeah, that did happen. That's right. That was crazy. But yo, man, thank you for booking me on that show, though, for real. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Damn, that really meant something to you. Now it's no longer in one ear, out the other. It's in the ear, down to the heart.
Yeah.
Stored the memory back.
Yeah.
I've had so many moments where people have told me, they said, dog, you put me on my first show. My brain is, man, that was a funky ass show. That show sucked. Yo, you paid me. You the first person to put me on the show and paid me. That show sucked, though. Yo, man, you the first person that I did I did open mic for. And you're the first person I did a show for. Mm-hmm. Damn, really?
Yeah.
Man, I remember the first time I even thought about doing comedy, you were on stage. Was I good? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure you were. You've always been good. You think I've always been good? Damn. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. No, I get it. Just to vindicate what you're saying, dude. Like, everybody that I've had on here because they've had a connection to me, actually. And I was so appreciative of you putting me on the show that I was like, man, I got to get Courtney on my fucking podcast, dude.
It's wild because, like, this shit is fucking jokes, dude. You like, yo, I'm just telling jokes. Like, I got in this shit when my life was fucking falling apart, bro. And now all I'm doing is telling people jokes. And this shit's more than jokes, dude. Like, there's people that have come up to me, bro. I tried to keep a list, and I give up because I get lazy. And I try to do a thing where I write down anything positive, and it's for hard days. I say, yo, when you're going through it, I want you to remember those comments when people come to you and tell you did something for them. And I'm like, man, I ain't did nothing. It's like, nigga, you did comedy for 13 years, bro. And I'd say out of the 13 years that I've done this, let's say a good 10 of them have been rooted with doing stuff for other people. I've put more time into producing shows with people, for people, around people, or doing it because this person said, you got talent. I believe in you. And every now and then, you know, when you hear it, it's kind of like every one of those matters. I make, the comment where I'm like, in one ear out the other. No, I hear it. But when you come back and you say it again, I'm like, oh shit, that's right. That's real. They really appreciate you out here. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not making a difference. You had those conversations where people tell you, yo, man, you put me on my first show. The first time I got paid was by you. It was only $10, but they don't even say that it was only $10. They just tell me, and they hold it in high regard. This book, this is some leather and some paper, but people hold it in high regard.
Yeah.
This is 8 years of my life, driving rideshare. It's an album. I hold it in high regard.
Yeah, yeah.
My jokes, my schedule, a lot of social media stuff that I post, plans that I have for the future, is all in here. I hold it in high regard. This damn phone, bro, the buttons are broke on it. It's cracked. There's so many things wrong with it. But This is my connection to the world. This is my connection to my kids. My son is a couple 100 miles away playing a sport that he loves and he's really good at. My daughter is at home chilling. But this is something I hold in high regard because I can talk to them. You feel me?
Oh, yeah.
I can talk to my mom. I can talk to my people that are on the other side of the country right now. Some of my friends that are on the other side of the world right now. And so my thing is value. And I cry because comedy is so fucking valuable to me that Dad died doing comedy on stage. Grandpa dies doing comedy on stage. Got divorced doing comedy on stage. Got fired doing comedy on stage. Got another job doing comedy on stage. Got broken up with headlining later on that night. Every time I've had something go wrong in my life, bro, you know what I did? When it made people laugh.
You got on stage.
Got on stage.
Yeah.
Got on stage, bro. And that's why I love this shit. And that's why I have no problems with crying over this shit. Because I love it. I fucking love it. And I put so much into this shit because, bro, when I was doing football, man, I wasn't that good of a football player, Trey. I'm gonna be real with you. I got by because I was creative. I got by because I was crafty and I was smart. I could figure out, I can't beat this team by myself, but I can run in front of one of their players and talk a little shit and he'll push me in the back and he'll negate that touchdown. Like I said, they still scored 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stop a team from scoring 50 points physically, but I can if I'm making them laugh.
Yeah.
I can if I'm distracting them. Mm-hmm. That's comedy, dog.
Yeah.
That's comedy. Everything in me is rooted in making people feel stuff. A lot of times it's making people laugh. Where I'm at now is I'm no longer just in a realm of making people laugh. I'm in the realm of being able to make people think or make people feel or make people appreciate or make people feel seen. And that's why I think I appreciate this stuff so much because in the end, I'm just a dude trying to be made to feel seen. I just want to feel like I'm appreciated and I'm seen.
Yeah.
And I think that when people come up to me and they tell me stuff like, yo, you put me on my first show, I really appreciate that. That lets me know that I made them feel seen, even if it was just one time. They may move away, they may not remember it, but I may be scrolling through old videos from shows or old pictures from shows, and I go, oh, damn, I did put that person on there. And then one day they go, yo, man, you put me on my first show. All these years, you remembered that. I never forgot it. And I've had so many people do that, bro.
Yeah.
The list is miles long, bro.
Yeah.
Miles long. I was having a conversation last night with somebody. They were like, yeah, man, we were talking about you in Toronto. Somebody was talking about me in a whole different country. And then I was joking. I was like, that ain't shit. I had people talking about me in Malaysia, fucking Kuala Lumpur.
God damn.
I'm like, 2 different people did my open mic at Tiniest Bar in Texas, and they ran into each other in fucking Malaysia. And they're talking about my mic over there.
Dude, that is insane.
That is nuts.
That is absolutely insane.
And that's why I was like, with this damn KillTony video shit, that's 2 million people, dog. I'm around the world, and I'm not even in front of 2 million people. Yeah. I'm in front of it. The most Tiniest bar might have 40 people in it. But me doing something weekly for 6 years in front of 40 people has my name around this damn world. Not famous, not getting assigned endorsement deals, getting flew out and all that. Will eventually. But me just doing right for people or creating a space for people to express themselves has put me in rooms that I have never set foot in. It has put my name on the lips of people that I didn't even think I made a damn indelible mark on.
Oh, yeah.
But that's because I'm working with other people. Not working by myself. This ain't just because of me. I might be the person that's the loudest and the biggest and in the front the most, but every damn thing I just named, somebody else did with me, did for me, or allowed me to do and be able to not do and be with my daughter, be with my son, be with my mom, be with my grandpa, be with my dad, be with whoever. It allowed me to have a moment to step away, but it was because I started putting my faith in other people. I started allowing people to help me. That's the hardest thing, I think, in comedy is because we think everything is about us and is by ourselves. That stage had to get cleaned. The lights had to get turned on. The tickets had to be sold. Tickets had to be taken. The seats had to be fluffed. The seats had to be pointed out. The shit has to be cleaned up. The bathroom has to be cleaned. The food has to be served. The liquor has to be served. Excuse me. The microphone, everything, all this stuff has to happen because of somebody else.
Yeah.
Even if you think you're running it by yourself, that's still something you ain't thinking about that has to happen for somebody else.
Yeah.
The pandemic taught me that. If the pandemic in 2020 taught me one thing, it was that you have to work with other people. When that Uber shit happened, I could have been like, I'm just going to go out there and drive myself. Well, how the fuck would you know where to go? Because other people told you.
Yeah.
Other people created a platform. Other people reached out to you and asked you for a ride. In this world, we think we by ourselves, and we not. We're not. We really do feel like it's we're by ourselves. It's a loneliness epidemic. I said an epidemic is being stupid. It's being ignorant to the fact that you need other people. It's being ignorant to the fact that everything you got in this world was because somebody else's grace. Everything. Your hard work counts. Your hard work matters. But to get that damn loan, you got to go apply. You're going to apply with a person that's going to say yes or no. To get that approval, you got to get somebody else to do it. All these comics that feel like, oh, man, I'm doing it myself. I said, oh, you just making yourself laugh? Is it just a bunch of you in the audience?
Right.
I just do this for me. Well, then stop posting it.
Right.
Just sit in a room by yourself and just tell that joke to yourself.
Yeah.
See how that gets you.
You're your only follower.
Yeah, you following yourself. That's how you doing it?
Yeah,
right. I go on your
your
damn Instagram, you got 100,000 plus people following you. It ain't just you.
No.
You go to a damn show. You can't just go in and buy every damn ticket and sit in every seat and listen to yourself and laugh and all that. Who recorded it? You know, a lot of people forget that we all need somebody, man.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm sure about. We all need somebody. Nobody in this bitch is doing it by themselves. And if you're doing it by yourself, you won't be doing it by yourself alone because you'll be a miserable person.
No.
Shit just keeps moving in here. That's dope.
It's kind of weird.
It's all right. I'm bringing some energy in here, dude. I'm bringing some energy, man. It ain't no accident about that, man. You from New Orleans, so I'm bringing the energy.
Yeah, dude. It's, the voodoo is what I do.
Do the voodoo, dog.
Man, dude. I totally get it, man. And I love and respect that. You know, and like I said, like you had an impact on my journey, which is why I was like, man, I got to get you in here. You know, I'm definitely one of the people that I can attest that, you know, like I love that you recognize something to me to be like, you know, go ahead and do it.
Sure.
And that's why I was like, I was like, yeah, that's why I got to get you on here. You know, it's like, cause it's kind of, it is like that. It is a give and take. It's sort of like, well, you know, you were part of mine. you know, and I'm like, well, if I have a chance to put you on, you know, I'm like, I want to do that,
love
you know,
that. Love that.
and it's just you know, it's just really the way it is, man. And I love that you mentioned like, you know, humanity, and I love that you mentioned, you know, the impact that just being there for others has on people and stuff. Like there's been, and like, you know, in what I do in particular, you see that like so up front, like, because there will be times like where you literally leave a hospital after doing a CPR and then you'll go to a stub toe.
Yeah.
And they're like, but the thing is like, you know, it's like, it might not seem like much, but you got to be there for that person too with the stub toe.
That stub toe is that person's heart. That stub toe is that whatever the most heinous thing is, that's the most heinous thing to them.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Grace.
Yeah.
The same grace.
Yeah.
I have a whole story in here talking about a guy I picked up.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, what is that?
It's the most impactful story. I think I'm gonna try to see if I can find the chapter real quick. It is called 6 Minutes. It's called 6 Minutes.
6 minutes. Okay.
And so it's a story. So this is stories and jokes, by the way. There's jokes interwoven and everything because you have to, you know, it's comedy, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a story in there. And it's talking about a guy that I pick him up, and it's a late night thing. And my thing, I'm a judgy person, right? I judge people. I look and I go, oh, this kind of person. Oh, this kind of person. Okay, be like this, be right. Mm-hmm. This guy comes to the car. He's walking over. He's coming from a bar. It's late night, and I'm like, oh man, this is a, you know, probably a drunk guy. He might be, you know, it's a white guy. He might be kind of edgy or whatever. Watch yourself. Be careful. Whatever. You don't know what you're going to deal with. And ends up being a dude from hospital, and he tells me what happened. He lost his first patient, and the whole complexion of the ride changed instantly because now I'm like, oh fuck, oh,
that's crazy. We were just kind of talking about that.
Oh, everything happens as it's supposed to happen,
dude. What's up?
That's almost 2 years ago at that.
That is insane.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everything happens how it's supposed to, when it's supposed to happen, in its time. But I'm talking about this guy, and I talk about it because when I planned this album out, I knew there were a handful of moments that were probably going to get me emotional and worked up. But not just me, it was going to get the crowd emotionally worked up. And I was like, well, you have to handle this with grace. You can't just go in there. You can't pussyfoot with this. You have to tell it for what it is. You have to give the moment a chance to breathe. But I remember with a few friends, and I had this whole grandiose idea. I had a few couples that in a few different cities that I wanted to take this to and work it out in front of them because they supported me on my journey of becoming and growing and working and gaining, you know, confidence and being good. They've supported me. They've come to shows. They've bought tickets. They bought merch. They've brought friends. They've helped me pack rooms, all of that. And so I said, I want to take this to y'all's living rooms and I want to put this in there. And it really wasn't because of the jokes. I had fleshed the jokes out. I knew what the fuck to do. I did jokes. It was these damn stories. And it really wasn't the stories. It was this story. I needed to know how was I going to navigate the severity of what happens in that story with the fact that this is a comedy album, there's comedy before it, and there has to be comedy after it. How do I not tank this entire performance with this very emotional piece? Because I said, I have to talk about everything. I didn't talk about every single thing that happened, but I had to talk about a lot of the stuff that meant something to me. Because this is 8 years of me driving rideshare. This is me having the highs, me having the lows.
Yeah.
It's all in there. And I said, this has to be in there because it changed. It rewired my brain. 6 minute ride rewired my brain to the fact that I cannot deny that it did what it did. And so I was like, well, how do you do this? I can't go. And I want to credit somebody. This is somebody that's, I don't feel right when a friend of mine, a fellow comic said, you know, he compared me to this guy. And I said, I am nowhere near this man. What he does is beautiful though. There's a comic by the name of Ali Sadiq.
Oh yeah. I love Ali Sadiq.
I do too. He did a story where he talks about his sister passing away and he was able to be vulnerable and cry on stage. And my thing is, I did this story ages before I ever even saw that. But my thing was, it came out around the same time that I was supposed to do this. And I said, dog, I don't want to be looking like I'm up here trying to bite somebody's style because I'm not. I'm just telling a real honest account. And it was interesting because I kind of looked at a lot of my friends have done one-man shows, one-man acts. The very first time I ever even liked on-stage performance was not a traditional stand-up show. It was John Leguizamo's Freak.
Oh, yeah.
That's when people ask me what got you into comedy, I have a whole bunch of stories, but one of the first times I ever saw something that I thought was amazing done by a person was John Leguizamo's Freak as a kid.
That's where he did like all the costume changes and everything.
So he didn't do a lot of costume changing. I think the lights changed and he just played different characters, but he was dressed the same the whole time.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong on that one. It's been a while, but I just know that
same.
At the end of the day, he was still on stage.
Yeah.
It was him. It wasn't anybody else. It was him.
Yeah.
And he still was able to convey and make you believe everything he talked about. And so I remember him talking about, was the fat kid named Bitch or whatever. And there's a moment where it gets kind of heavy and it gets emotional. And I remember saying, that's amazing. That's as a kid, I said, that's amazing. As I got older and I started on my own journey of performing, I remember saying something like, I want to be able to do everything on stage. Emotions that we don't normally do on stage, I want to be able to do them. But I don't want to just have to be emotional for this one. I want to be able to go from humor to sadness and sorrow to longing to anticipation to frantic. I want to be able to touch all of those in the same performance.
Yeah.
I believe it. I remember we used to do a show called Fuck. What was the show called? Oh, God. I
was about to say, that's a weird name for a show.
There was a show called No Shame.
No Shame?
The show was called No Shame. You had 5 minutes to do whatever you wanted to do on stage. You couldn't hurt anybody and you couldn't hurt the stage. That was the thing. But you could do whatever you wanted.
Oh, wow.
And so I remember I would do this. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this because it's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is coming back full circle right now as we're talking. And so No Shame used to happen at the Salvage Vanguard Theater. Salvage Vanguard Theater off of Airport. It was one of the first places that I could sign up and get stage time that wasn't a traditional stand-up room because I was starting comedy and I was starting to kind of feel like I had an act. And so now I was starting to sign up to try to do shows. 5 minutes, couldn't hurt nobody, couldn't hurt yourself, couldn't hurt the stage. And you could do anything you wanted. And so I remember I went up there and I was like, I want to do something that allows me to convey every emotion that a human can feel, the traditional, typical ones. But in one performance, not multitude of different performances, one performance. And so the reason I brought it up is when I was talking about putting this together, that came up. I never had a chance to do it because that theater went away and that show kind of tried to revive it at Cold Town and a few other places. It was never as good as what it once was. So that was the only place that I ever felt comfortable doing that. So I remember being like, you have this heavy story that is as important to this whole performance as the jokes are.
Yeah.
How do you go about it? And I remember it wasn't Ali Sadiq's performance because the performance didn't happen before mine did. It was an interview that he had and he was talking and he was able to rage and be able to be honest and tell people how he felt. And I know that for me, once I got divorced, I joked that it happened when I turned 35. It was once I got divorced and I lost custody of my kids, the levels of emotion that I was able to channel, I could go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next like that because I'd feel the real emotion and I always felt it, but I didn't feel comfortable showing it. And because I now felt comfortable showing it, I could talk about things that I never felt comfortable sharing with the world.
Yeah.
So talking about this gentleman who loses a patient that damn near has me fucking bawling in the moment, but now knowing that I'm going to do it on stage and probably have people doing likewise, that was some heavy shit. But at the same time, I was built for that. And so I went around to these different couples. And at the end of the day, I think I only got to do 3. I wanted to do a whole tour before I recorded this just to kind of get an idea of what was what. I went and I remember doing this Sezzy's Bulgarian. And I remember I got to this part and I told him, I said, at any point when y'all want to interrupt me. I already know what I'm going to do. I'll be able to pick right back up. I get to the story, 6 minutes. And I remember she interrupts. She says, that's heavy. You gotta put some funny in there. I don't know if the audience is going to be able to take that. Says he's not a stand-up comic and all, she's a volleyball player, but she's seen me enough to be able to give some real opinions on stuff. And I said, I want real people's opinions. I don't need comics' opinions for this, because this isn't comedy right here. It's comedy because it's in a comedy album and it's done by a comic, but it's not comedy traditionally. It could be tragedy or it could just be a story. And so she tells me, yes, the interrupts, she says, that's heavy. And I remember her husband was like, well, but it's true though. And I mean, he can't fake that. And I was like, and I'm listening. And I'm like, well, how do we handle this? You know? And that was the last time I got a chance to run it before the recording. And I remember even coming up to the recording, I didn't know. And this is why I love Ali, because he talks about going through something very similar, that he couldn't run that story in front of people because he knew that it was, there was a one shot. And that was the same place that I found myself in. And I said, this is one shot. I remember we did a tech rehearsal. Guys that helped me record. Shout out to Jeff, shout out to Seth, shout out to Theodoris, shout out to Justin. They were there to help me. Even Brandy, shout out to Brandy too. Brandy, she helped me with like the lighting and stuff. And they said, well, why don't you go ahead and run some stuff? And I remember I ran some jokes, but I did not even dare touch that story. I knew that if I did it, they were gonna be like, oh, damn. Yeah, go for it. Put it down. Yeah. Oh, you're good. I just remember I was like, dude, you can't rob this moment. It needs to be honest. It needs to be honest. It needs to be real. And whatever happens, happens. You're going to have a lot of people in that room that love you. You're going to have a lot of people in that room that may be like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
But you can't worry about them. You have to tell the story for how it is. And so I told the story. And I remember I didn't look at the audience during that part. When I perform, I like to look at the audience and I can kind of gauge what's going on. But in this case, because I'm in my brain and I'm telling stories from memory and stuff, I couldn't look at the audience. And then for that one, I didn't dare. I could hear.
Yeah. Yeah. It was hitting too hard.
Well, you know, when you're telling real stuff, you can hear it and you can feel it.
Right.
You can feel it. I really believe that you can feel the audience's spirit. And when I perform, it's like alchemy. It's like voodoo. It's like sorcery. It's me. When I'm at my best, I can feel when I'm doing the right thing. And when I'm not doing the right thing, I can feel that shit too. But in all honesty, I don't feel anything. When I'm disconnected, I don't think I ever have a good performance. When I'm disconnected, I can make people laugh, but I'll come away from that shit going, what the fuck was that? But when I can feel it, dude, bro, it's some shit that I still can't even put to words. And so in that moment, I could fucking feel everything.
It's because you figured out how to fall on the way down, man. Exactly what you said earlier.
Bro, I'm not even over this shit.
Yeah.
Like, this story, I'm trying to think, this story happens, this is 2016, the story happens in probably like 2000 and, it takes place in 2017. No, it's older than that. This is when I'm dating Lauren at this time. So this is 2012. Yeah, 2012, 2013, I think. And I go pick this guy up, and not to spoil it, but it's very close to what you do. And I pick the guy up, man. He loses somebody, and he's telling me this account of what he felt. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not driving Uber to be in this bitch crying. I'm trying to see naked people, you know? Like, I'm thinking it's going to be some sexy shit. I watched damn Taxi Cab Confessions while I'm driving Uber.
I love Taxi Cab Confessions.
I'm driving Uber for Taxi Cab Confessions, dog. I ain't driving Uber to be crying, man. But he hit me so hard with that shit. And when it happened, I had to stop. I had to stop driving.
Yeah.
I was done. I was like, I didn't know that could happen. And so what's wild is one of my best friends, him and his wife were there at the recording. And I remember her telling me I was bawling during that part. And when I go back, now I'm crying. I go back, I can hear the whimpering in the audience during that part. And because of that, I'm like, you know, I'm sorry, my bad. But no, I knew that shit was going to happen, dude. But that's what I got into this shit for. As I said, I wanted to do comedy to be able to give real emotions. And I want black kids to know that you can cry. I want black men, black women to know you can fucking cry and still be affirmed in your masculinity, in your sternness, in your seriousness, in your pride. that there's real emotions out there other than just being sarcastic, being mad, and just being funny.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm as in touch with my humility as I've ever been. And that's what makes me a damn good performer.
Yeah.
Because I know when people go through stuff, I've been there. Bitch, what? And I ain't even trying to do no suffering Olympics with people. But bitch, me too. Like, oh man, that sucks, dude. Let me listen, because I like to listen to people's shit before I even share my own. Sometimes people tell me some shit they going through, and I don't even tell them the shit that I have that's related to it.
Right.
Oh man, I was driving Uber once, and the motherfucker threw up in my car, and I had made it 6 years without somebody ever throwing up in my car. I could go, bitch, me too. But I said, no, man, they going through it right now. I already cleaned my throw up. That throw up is happening right now.
Right.
Let me listen to him. Let me listen to him complain about this shit, because that's how he's getting through it. And that's where I'm at in my core. Working with people, creating community, and creating spaces for people to feel safe and be who they are and what they're going through in that moment.
And it's working, man. It's working.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying, and I appreciate that, because when I tell you, dog, this shit is hard, bro. This is not fucking easy. It is. I make it look easy, and I don't even think I make it look easy. I think I just make it look like what it looks like. But there's humility. There's real honesty in all this shit. If you ask me how I'm doing, I try to make it a point to stop what I'm doing and go, this is how I'm feeling. Because sometimes when people ask me how I'm doing, they really want me to ask them how they're doing.
Sure.
So that way they can tell me. That might be the first person that didn't listen to them or gave them a chance to fucking, expand upon what's going on. And that's part of what I talk about in that. As I say, for my friends, I say, dog, if y'all ever ask me, hey, I need to talk, because of that moment, a 6-minute ride, I've made it my mission to stop what I'm doing when I can and listen. Yeah. I want to listen.
Is that on like YouTube or anything like that?
It was on YouTube. It's not on YouTube because when I did the video, I fucked it up.
Okay.
I was trying to edit. I'm not an editor.
Okay.
But I didn't have the money to pay somebody to edit it. And so I did the video. I made an actual video or whatever. Like we recorded everything. And we recorded with iPhones because we're balling on a budget.
Yeah.
And I ended up losing the footage like 3 different times.
Losing it.
I lost the entire thing 3 different times. But luckily I had some friends that backed shit up because they believed in me.
Yeah.
Problem with that was one of the things that got lost, we were never able to get back. Shout out to my boy Daniel. His computer crashed, and so there was an angle that we never got back. And so had I not lost that very first thumb drive that had everything on it, I would have had the completed full version of it from, I think, 6 different angles. But when I lost the first one, his computer conveniently crashed afterwards, and I never got his angle back. He was sitting in the audience in an angle that I thought was fucking perfect. But I had some kind of like a security footage that was up top, my boy Jeff. I had some other side angle, I had a back angle, and I had another side angle that I got. And so what I ended up having to do is I just kind of cobbled together everybody's footage and then just did like the audio overlay over the top of it. And I kind of made it work. But in the end, it was something I wasn't proud of. It didn't, I think there were angles that, we had something real good there. And then because, it's a thing of, we're all amateurs in this shit. No disrespect to my people. They did the best they could, but we were all amateurs in this, and there were times where I'd be telling a joke and the camera would have turned and it just went straight to the audience. And that was the only angle I had on me. And in that moment, it could have been something where I think it could have been a beautiful moment. Yeah. But I think the beautiful moment wasn't lost on the fact that we still got a good audio recording out of it, but we also got a good moment out of it. The people there that had a good time, that means something. The people there that cried had a good time. Yeah. And that's what we needed. I did record audio. And so what I've done is I took every single clip off of, because I think, and to this day, I don't know if Jeff died or not. I got to be honest. The guy that did the artwork, the guy that even bought these CDs for me, did all this. Yeah. Fell off the freaking face of the earth. And so I don't know if he died, got arrested, whatever it is. I remember I told him when I was doing my stuff 2 years ago, I was like, I'm about to headline a Velveeta Room. I want to employ you for the weekend. I want you to come sell my merch, my album and stuff, and I'm going to pay you $100 per show. Because he was driving, doing delivery at the time. And I was like, well, I want to cover your night's salary per show. if you come. And he just never showed up. And his gift to me was getting all this done, though, which was great. But because of that, I lost the album. The album was originally streaming online on everything, all the platforms. And then after, I think, a year when you couldn't renew it, I didn't have access to the accounts because he was the one doing it. I lost it all. But I had all the masters of everything. And so I re-uploaded. I think right now I have a dirty version that's out. And what I do is when people buy the album, I get their email address and then I send them a digital copy. And so it's just a playlist on YouTube right now, but it's an unlisted one. And so I have it where I can at least I can have a little control over it.
Huh. Well, we'll talk. We'll talk after this. I think I might have a way I can help you out.
Probably do.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, that's pretty much like it. Cause like on my tape, I'm kind of like,
you good?
Yeah. But dude, man, thank you so much, dude. And really thank you so much for like opening up, really, this is, I love that. Man, I feel like just like everything, just like what you were talking about before, I feel like everything you just right now in this very moment,
I'm here, dude.
You put it all out.
I'm not anywhere else, bro. I am here.
Yeah, I see that, man. And I'm proud of you, dude. I really am. And I'm happy for you. And I'm so happy. And I really, truly, truly wish you nothing but the biggest and greatest success, man.
Thank you, dude.
Thank you so much for doing this, brother.
Definitely. This album's for you, bro. I came with a gift. This is for
really?
you. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's
Thank
for
you so
I'm
much.
gonna sign that over to you. And like I said, I have the email stuff. I am going to show that. Yeah, that's a long. That right there is all you talk about, and pretty much it was, it's made the concept was all I talk about is rideshare driving. It feels like, but
this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll talk about it because I think I have a way that I can maybe help you out.
I'm into it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank you, Trey.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much.
A pleasure, my dude.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. It's a great episode, but that's a wrap, man.
Yay.
That's it. Man, no.